We are live. Kasaun, how are you gonna disappear when we go live? Welcome to this Married at First Sight review show where sorry, my mother is interrupting. Welcome to this Married at First Sight review show where we review Married at First Sight. My name is Natasha. And my co-host's name is...
My name's Kasaun. Follow me on everything at The Life of KAY.
Kasaun, would you like to explain your predicament right now?
First of all, I want to say to Crystal, congratulations on being the first one in.
Crystal!
It's
Hi.
good to, I was going to say it's good to see you, but I don't know if I've ever seen you in person.
I've seen Crystal. That's somebody I have seen.
Okay. Shout out to you, Crystal. You're great. I had an emergency tooth extraction today.
Oh, it was an emergency. Wow.
Yeah, I was in a different kind of pain.
Really?
Yeah, it was different.
They didn't numb you.
So, like, I don't know if my dentist was going through marital problems or he was not. I've never said this about another man before, but he was not gentle with me at all. He really took my tooth out like I owed him money, and I clearly I don't have a copay, so I have really good insurance, so I know it wasn't that, but he tried to bust the windows out my car.
That sounds terrible. How long is your recovery?
You know, some emotional wounds don't heal overnight.
Understandable.
Well, I hope it doesn't take too long because I have a show tomorrow at 1:00.
Oh.
And another show on Saturday at 7:00.
Hi, Katie.
What up? And
this is your first time on here, I think.
I fly to DC on Monday. So hopefully.
You got a show in DC?
No, I move to New York.
I don't remember you actually giving that announcement like you were supposed to.
I think I did. Crystal, let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, I did. So actually I haven't even told the world yet. So I'll just tell you guys. I'm a staff writer for Jon Stewart's new show on Apple TV.
Yes.
And I have to report to the office in a couple weeks. So I'm coming to spend a week in DC and then going up to New York to set up shop there.
Come on, staff writer.
And somehow care enough about this show to sit here through throbbing pain for some reason. I don't understand it, but there was no way. Thank you, Crystal.
Hey, everybody.
I did say that, Crystal.
Hi, Dr. Siobhan. Hi, BM. Hi, Asia.
How you gonna skip over Crystal saying I was right?
You just said you just acknowledged it.
Yeah.
I be having a lot of things on my mind, you know.
Only for you guys would I get a tooth extracted and make sure I'm home in time to talk about people that I've never met.
We absolutely appreciate you. Veronica says congratulations. Hey, Veronica.
Thank you.
So tonight is not a normal show. The season 12 is over. That's what we had been discussing all year. So season 12 is finally over, but we decided that we're still going to talk about some other topics related to Married at First Sight. And this week, we're talking about the worst matches ever in history of Married at First Sight. Why are you shaking your head, Dr. Siobhan?
Yeah, we gotta define turning up. If you mean doing choreography on the sands of the beach, the answer is no, Dr. Siobhan.
Why would why would that be? Okay, got it.
You know, everybody has a different turn up. You know what I'm looking forward to most, because I just got my second vaccine shot. It's a lot going on in my life. I just want to play spades. I want a good spade. Do you know how to play spades?
I do.
Yeah, I just want a good spades game. If we can turn up that way and play some really loud music and play spades and talk trash, then I would love to turn up with any of you.
Dr. Siobhan, you know how to play spades? We might can make that happen. Possibly.
She don't know how to play spades.
Actually, I leave next week, so I don't. Anyway,
where you going?
Out. I'm going out next week. I'll be gone.
The nerve of you. The nerve.
I don't leave till next Friday, but
you really not gonna say where you going?
Yeah, it's rooftop. She got rooftop. Got all the
no. Don't change the subject. Tell.
This is the subject.
Where you going?
I'm going to a wedding.
Yours?
No.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure why you were being so
preferably, but no.
Now I'm down for EOLC cookout, but I don't think everybody's in DC though. If everybody's
Mike is there. Veronica lives in DC also. Dan doesn't live in DC anymore, but it's a couple people that's out there in DC. Easy's in the area.
You named 2 people in the same organization, and you have
Easy, Veronica, Mike.
Oh, word. Y'all want to do an EOL? Is Asia in DC?
Asia said she was in like Indiana or something, I think. Remember?
All right. Crystal, I don't know if Crystal's in DC. Kendra, I don't know.
Crystal's in like Texas if she hasn't moved.
Well, everyone's invited.
Everyone is invited. Yes, Midwest living. Dr. Siobhan, Veronica will be there. So tonight, as we talk about the worst matches of Worst Site history. Okay, Katie, Kendra might come. We have a special guest coming on to talk with us. You guys have really enjoyed when Dr. Siobhan comes on here because you guys, y'all are a little community in the comments. I love it. Every time I see y'all's names and stuff, I get all giddy inside, and everybody knows each other. You know what I'm saying? And somebody who's been with us from some of the beginning, basically, is drumroll, please.
I can't really do it. I don't have many instruments tonight.
Jori, welcome.
Hey.
Jori also has an announcement for us.
Hey, Jori, can I just tell you how delightful it is to see your face move?
Thank you.
Yes, that profile picture would be stuck. Like everything is an issue.
This is delightful. We've never met in person. Hi, Jori.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Cousin Jori. Jori, share what you got to say.
Okay, I have an announcement.
Wait. We starting off with the announcement?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. My name is not pronounced Jori.
We've been calling this woman Jori for 5 months. And you did not correct us one time in the comments.
It's hard to grasp in a chat.
What is your name, sis?
Jori.
Oh, Jori, you fancy. Okay. Oh, right. Confusion. Kendra, this is us meeting right now. We have met.
Jori.
Yeah. It's gonna actually take me a second. By the end of the episode, I'll have it for sure, but I'm gonna have to think about it. Not Jori.
Explain. No, like
no,
like Marie.
Like Marie. Jori.
I feel like I need to apologize to you.
It's okay.
Because this has been a substantial amount of time.
It's been 6 months, basically.
It's been the season of spring that we've been calling you Jori, and it was wrong.
There's people I've worked with for 6 years that don't know how to say it right, so you guys get a pass.
Thank you so much. I genuinely apologize.
How fitting. We waited until Juneteenth week to get your name right.
This is when it matters anyway.
Jori. Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is a whole
new person.
Yeah, we
literally. When people go back to watch the episodes, they're gonna be like, this is not the same person that was talking. But we got it. We're gonna respect you.
Just for my peace of mind, I just want you to know that I will call you Jori.
Okay.
But your profile picture will forever be Jori. Just that face specifically. That's the Jerry face.
Yes.
But you are.
I agree. Honestly.
Nice to meet you, Jori.
Nice to meet you guys.
So right. So yeah, I'm off tomorrow. So I ain't trying to be on that long, but I am off tomorrow. So praise God.
What?
It's a holiday. We got tomorrow. They gave us tomorrow off. It's recognized.
How you gonna say I got off? So I ain't trying to be on that long.
I said I'm not trying to be on that long, but if we are, it's okay because I'm off tomorrow. Jori, tell us a little about yourself before we get into the full topic, so that the chat can get to know you a little bit more. We've been talking for months and months and months. Let the people know a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, I'm from Baltimore. I live in LA.
Oh, did I know that? Okay.
I'm 33. I'm married. I have a little Ernest Jr. myself. My husband is 8 years older than me.
Well, that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Not Ernest Jr.
Yo, you know how old Ernest got to be for his junior to still be 8 years older than Jori? That's hilarious. Thank you for finally admitting that you're married. We kept trying to get you to say it.
I said it in a chat like a long time ago, but
it wasn't clear. Like you said it fly by.
Yeah.
It wasn't clear. Like, wait, did you just say you was married? Hold up, run it back.
Flat out, and you were like, "Hey, y'all." We was like, So what brought you to LA?
Oh, my parents moved here when I was little.
Oh.
So
do you claim Baltimore or do you claim LA?
Both.
What's little when you left?
4th grade?
You're from LA.
No. Okay.
You might keep Old Bay season.
Where's the I do.
When you watch The Wire, do you feel proud?
Proud, not proud.
Oh yeah, you from LA. You from LA.
Do you think people who watch The Wire who are from Baltimore are proud?
That's a fact.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah.
No, she don't seem like she got a Baltimore accent.
No.
Yeah, no.
Brianda always has something to say.
Okay, we know y'all 2 peas in a pie, but
all
calm
right,
down now.
Science.
Okay. So Jori, I have a question.
Okay.
When did you and Brianda form this alliance, this unbreakable bond? Right. Because you were just on the path. You were straight on the path, and then Brianda comes along, and every single thing she say, y'all just in union. What is this David and Jonathan relationship you guys have formed?
It just happened organically. I don't know when it happened.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. But we are extremely happy to have you.
Yeah,
let's get into this episode. The top 5 worst matches in Married at First Sight. I feel like we were on different assignments because y'all have a couple of the same matches, but my matches are a little different. I looked at it from what I think is a different lens, and you guys probably looked at it from the same lens. So who wants to go first with your first match?
Wait. Can we discuss the difference of lenses?
Okay, so the lens that I came at it with was people who were not actually compatible. Like it doesn't make sense you even put these 2 people together. They would have never gotten along because they're not compatible.
And what do we do?
I felt like y'all came from these people were terrible to each other lens.
No, it's
okay. I mean, like I said, you.
I don't have one compatible couple on my list, and you are muted, Tasha. You are muted, Tasha. There you go.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, that's fair. So,
Jori, do you agree? I have no one compatible on my list.
No, they're not compatible.
Okay.
Everybody on my list was doomed from the start.
But are you saying they weren't compatible? Like, even if you never saw the people on paper, they weren't compatible, or when they got together, they just were terrible together?
On paper, for me.
Okay.
Agreed.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Jori.
So who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Jori, you're our guest. Go.
Okay.
Who do you want? Who do you want me to bring up first so people can see who they are?
Let's start with Luke and Kate.
Luke and Kate. That is one that Kasaun also said. Let me find their pictures for.
Jori, let me tell you this: if we ever get to play Family Feud, we ain't taking Tasha with us because she gonna have. She about to have. I already know her answers are gonna be. I'm just not gonna agree with them at all.
This is Luke and Kate for people who don't remember. I can't fully remember what season they are, but this is Luke and Kate. And a smidge bit of background about Luke and Kate. Luke didn't like blonde hair people, but this is your Matt. This person is y'all's pick. Y'all go ahead and explain. Hey, Reese.
Okay.
What up?
Luke and Kate. First of all, they weren't going to be a good match because Luke dates black women and Kate is the furthest thing from a black woman.
He also dates white women. He just likes brown-haired women. He doesn't like blonde because the girlfriend he had after the show was a white woman.
No, the girlfriend he has now is black. The girlfriend before the show was black. Even in his like little interview segment, the like casting episode, he said he dates black women.
He said he dates all women.
But he first said black women.
That's
and honestly, even if he dated everybody, Kate she has a specific look. She looks like a country bumpkin. It's not something that some metropolitan man is going to want. So Luke
was the first one to give the speech that said, all these black queens, all these Latino queens, all these.
From what I remember, Luke was extremely family oriented. So was Kate, and that was one of the main reasons why they matched. Like Tasha, all of their values were the same.
Tasha, can I just tell you something?
What?
Can I? I really need to just say this to you.
What?
If you're gonna spend the majority of this episode saying why they could have worked, I'm gonna leave. Like, you cannot spend the time doing this. We are clearly here to trash on all of these couples.
Fine.
Let's stick to the assignment here.
Go ahead.
Okay. Luke kissed her and said, I threw up a little. Like, he was.
They had sex.
Dead inside.
They had sex, and it was the kiss.
No.
They said we kissed, but it wasn't a kiss. They had actual sex, and they were just lying.
What's up, Love to Smile? What up, cuz?
Hi, Love to Smile.
It was wrong from the start.
Yeah.
She was shy.
Yeah.
And vulnerable, and he wasn't ready to. I don't know. It was a terrible match. They should have never been matched together. Never.
Yeah. He couldn't get over the attraction thing.
There were a lot of questions about Luke. I remember having that season.
That is true. True.
There were a lot of questions.
What kind of questions are you afraid to?
Well, listen, I have a career. There are a lot of questions that were had about Luke. I can't say that I had them, but I've heard of them.
The same questions as Ryan.
Ooh.
Okay. You want to elaborate, Jori?
Oh, wait. Before you elaborate.
In the closet.
He did see her at one of his singles night events.
Now, and then here is another issue in terms of a match. If you have a type, should be the end all be all. If a person has a type, and you see somebody at a singles night or a speed dating, and you know the person, and you immediately rule that person out, then you shouldn't have matched them. You should know enough that if a person has already seen them and that's not somebody they would want to be with, you shouldn't have matched them.
Well, they didn't know. How would they know?
They saw not her.
No, she went with her friend to the speed dating event. Excuse me, I'm sorry. What? Where's your evidence?
Aren't they planning their wedding?
Send me the evidence? DM me right now.
Wow, this is
right now.
Love the smile. You kind of came in swinging. It's your
Right.
it's your second comment. You started with hey.
Right. Ma'am. Sir, your sources.
Yeah, we need you to provide a
Where's
link.
Jamal?
Yeah, that's
Jamal's
a fact.
been missing for a while. That he probably got threw off from that 1 week we didn't go live. But that's okay. He'll be back. I need sources
Love the
cited.
smile. We need you to cite your sources in the comments.
You can't just be popping up like that. We everybody the same speech. Don't just be popping up saying anything. You gotta bring evidence.
So Luke.
Right, Jamal, we need you.
I do feel like, what was her name again?
Kate.
Kate was really trying. She was asking the right questions. And Luke was just like sitting in the room by himself and being awkward. Like he didn't want to talk to her. Then when they had the whole thing where their friends all came over and it looked good for a while, but then it was.
And she was also a huge party girl, and that wasn't something that he was into.
He just didn't like her.
Yeah, he didn't like her.
But it wasn't one of them things where it's like, oh, on paper they really matched and it just didn't work out. Like on paper, it didn't work. It wasn't gonna work.
I thought when I was watching the show, I thought they would have made it, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. So that's y'all. So since y'all said that together, I'm gonna say that's y'all's number one. I'll do my number one.
These are not in order, by the way.
Yeah, no particular order. My number one, whichever one pops up first. Haley and Jacob should have never have been matched together.
See,
why are you shaking your head?
One, because I'm in extreme pain, but two, you stretching. I think it's like recency. I think you're showing a little recency bias with this one.
Why? I don't think they should have been matched ever. They literally have zero in common.
I disagree.
Zero in common. Why?
I think you're clouded by what we know because they were just recently on the show. But on paper, I feel like they could have worked out.
How? What paper?
The paper that the experts were working off of. If he's kind of reclusive, kind of nerdy, she seemed to be outgoing, they could have brought different things out of each other. I don't think the experts knew that she was going to be a rigid witch. And so I think their personalities didn't work, but it could have worked on paper.
They have nothing in common.
You don't have to have things.
Nothing?
If she was attracted to him, there would have been things to have in common. And she didn't even give guys she liked chances. So maybe you're right. She shouldn't have been cast, period. Because guys she liked, she doesn't even call them again after one date.
I think if she was matched with someone else, it would have been different. If they had some more things to talk about, some like she was like to travel and stuff. He wasn't even answering her questions. And the same for on the other side. Like he had big interest and she wasn't interested in any of those things. And neither of them showed effort into getting into each other's interests.
Y'all see Tasha trying to reintroduce the idea that Haley was trying this whole time, right?
I'm saying on both sides, literally both sides. Like neither, like
I don't know, Tasha. I feel like if Haley had showed any interest in Jacob, he would be settling, because this is a woman that y'all get along and y'all just married and y'all get along. It wouldn't be there wouldn't be any passion, no desire, like nothing. That's how I feel. But Tasha, the woman said herself, I'm just tired of being a bridesmaid. And every guy that I go out with, I find something wrong and I end up like just
so wait, off. y'all can argue my match, but I can't argue y'all's match?
Yeah, but we can say
I think they ended up not being a good match, but initially, if you're just doing on paper, they could have been. They ended up not being.
I mean,
I'll give you like top 10, top 15, but top 5, no.
My top 5. in the way I was looking
sure.
at it.
I mean, I respect
because
it.
I can say that's how I feel. What you guys are saying is how I feel about Luke and Kate. If he was attracted to her, it could have worked. But he was not attracted to a blonde-haired girl.
And the experts messed up before it even began. They didn't mess up with Haley and Jacob before it began.
But
it failed once it started.
I agree with that.
To me,
Kasaun, because when we were watching them, we both said that they weren't going to make it from the beginning.
That's not true. Haley and Jacob was my debatable.
But the fact that you had to debate it was already saying that they weren't a great match.
No. The fact that I had to debate it means they could be a good match.
Oh,
and the more I saw them into the bet, it wasn't
from
like
the beginning. I knew that they wasn't going to make it.
It wasn't like Chris and Paige where I correctly put 8 stop signs on the first week where you were like, give it a couple weeks, let's see what happens. The Lord's hand is in it.
Well, I did not say that. But I knew from the beginning these people wouldn't work because they were not a good match. So that was my intuition from the jump.
I said I hear you.
So, Kasaun, you go ahead and pick the next folks.
I don't know. Just put somebody up. I'll talk trash.
All right.
And I need to hear in the comments if y'all agree with this list or not, because maybe I'm tripping. I got to be honest.
Okay, I think maybe. Okay, for me, the assignment was just the experts matching them. Period. They weren't going to work. Not once we saw them and saw how they interacted, we realized they weren't going to work.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. That's
so
how I took
all
the
these
assignment.
people. Okay.
I knew before they met each other it wasn't gonna work.
I knew before they met each other it wasn't gonna work. That's what I'm saying. Before
Jori,
the marriages, I knew they weren't gonna work.
Hey, Jori, now that I know you may not be hip to this, but I've been on the show long enough. That microaggression she just gave you, that means you have an uphill battle with your list. She's
She already warned me previously.
No,
okay, cool. She doesn't agree with anybody on your list.
I said what I don't. You guys can say whatever you want. I'm saying I felt the same way before Jake met Haley. I knew they wasn't gonna work.
Oh no, I still had hope for Jake and Haley. I just thought Haley is a interesting character.
Love to smile, sis. I'm gonna need you to answer the first question that we got. Where are you getting his information from?
Yes, the chat legitimately has decided not to comment until you post, so we can clear the lane for you to give your sources on what's their names?
Ryan and Clara.
Ryan and Clara. We'll see.
Okay, so I think this is yours, Kasaun. These people, I don't know who they are.
Oh man! All right, David and Ashley
From season
3.
Okay.
All right. So this is the first season that I started watching. My wife made me watch, and as you can see, I'm the only one on this live right now because that's how strongholds work. So Ashley wanted a guy who was athletic. From what I remember, she just wanted a different kind of guy. And he was such a sweet guy. He was just passionate and if Will Ferrell was a regular person, it would be him.
But she wanted a bad boy.
No, she wanted a bro. She wanted a cute little bro dude. She thought she was way cuter than what she was. She had a nasty personality.
So, all right. I don't know if you remember this, Tasha, but do you remember I was telling you, I asked you if you watched Unmatchables, and it was this girl who she was such a joy to watch because I think she possibly has some behavioral challenges.
No. What?
I asked you if you had seen this girl before.
I never watched Unmatchables.
Oh man, not Unmatchables. Married at First Sight, Second Chances.
No, I never seen the Second Chances. But yes, okay, I remember you showed me the picture.
Yo, it was this girl on there, and she got matched with this guy, and when I tell you this
guy.
Yes, this is the guy, and they thought they were in love. They were like, "This is my soulmate." You know them people. you know them people who be in a relationship for 3 days and they be like, the Lord told me last night this is the person I'm supposed to be with. I'm like,
Yes.
be careful. That's like the Lord told you that twice already.
So what did he do? Because Asia
Yo,
said
she used to be all right. It's one of them things where if like he would leave a hair on the kitchen sink, she would get so mad that they would argue for 2 episodes, and she would leave. He would have to sleep outside, like he couldn't even sleep in the house. It's
what?
when I tell you, do you remember this, Jori? Do you remember this?
Are you talking about their season or the Second Chances?
Second Chances.
I didn't watch it.
Ain't nobody watching these spinoffs, okay?
Hold on. But you gotta watch a couple episodes of that. It was crazy. But anyway, the sad part about that is that it felt like it was the second time that this guy had got a raw hand, because she was really mean to him. She wasn't budging at all, and he was just a sweet guy.
I feel like they're the original Haley and Jacob. She kept lying, saying she was trying, and she wasn't.
Yeah. It's like she was really cold. Like some of the worst matches here, some of the worst matches are, and I really do think this about relationships in general. If you only put them together because you think one person will help the other person. Like there's nothing that matching them was going to do for him. He was a sweet guy. He just wanted to love somebody. He was willing to concede whatever. He's willing to change whatever. He was willing to. And
Asia said he was playing them.
He who?
I'm assuming that's who she's talking about. The same people y'all talking about. This guy.
I mean, since that time, I think he's been arrested for domestic abuse. It's a lot going on. But I just want to say, I mean, do your research, everybody. Love to Smile, I'm sure we'll say something about it. But on paper, it just wasn't. Like on site, she just wasn't.
Mm.
They just matched the two wrong kinds of people.
But you thought it wasn't going to work before they met.
Correct.
Okay. Right. Yikes. All right. Back to you, Jori.
Okay, let's do Mindy and Zach.
All right. That was also on Kasaun's list. That's also on my list.
Okay,
we all
you
agree
got
on
the
this one?
assignment right.
We all agree on this one.
I don't think I put Mindy and Zach.
You didn't?
I don't think so. But now that you said it, man, that's a
Oh, no, you didn't say it. It was okay. Then it's just me and Jori.
But I agree. I agree with that.
This is Mindy and Zach, folks, from season 10. Right?
Poor Mindy.
DC. These people don't go together at all.
The experts know they're wrong. During this matchmaking special, they were like, I'm not sure he's going to like her, but let's do it anyways.
My dad doesn't watch the show, but I was watching it at his house. Like the episode where they were just like showing the people for the first time. And he was like, he literally looked at the TV screen. He was like, he's not going to like her. And I was like, what? He was like, no, he's not going to like her. Their personalities don't have to match, right? But he was not going to be into somebody like her. She was a little free bird. And he was not. He was very vain. Not the type of person to be considerate of others. All of his friends were confused at why he was doing the show at all. None of his friends supported him. Really, they were kind of like, "What are you doing?"
They're like, you getting married?
Yeah, they were like, "You why?" Jori, what you got to say?
I don't even know why he was cast. I know you guys probably don't watch like The Bachelor, but they always have someone on there like not there for the right reasons. He wasn't there for the right reasons.
And I didn't even get through the whole season. So tell me what happened the rest of the season.
He never moved in.
Oh no!
Okay.
Hold on. Let's get to the real part. I'm pretty sure he slept with her friend.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Was that at the beginning?
So there was
since
a
the
moment,
honeymoon. I think he was
Like-
talking to her best friend.
Yeah. So her friend came and essentially was like, So Mindy was hard to watch because not only was her spouse trash, but I think it was the first time that a close person to them was trash as well. Like her girlfriend was like talking to him on the side, and then they wouldn't stop, and then he said that they stopped, but then they really didn't. Like, and this is on the show. This ain't at the reunion. This is during the show.
Oh my goodness.
Like the friend was like came out and told Mindy what was going on, but after she was like, "If you were my friend, why would you do this?" And then like 2 episodes later, turns out that they were like still in communication. It was that was a tough season to watch for sure.
And she wouldn't show her the text, like
Yes.
their text between each other, the friend. And
Love-
then after the show, he went out with a castmate.
Yeah, that came out at the reunion.
Which castmate?
Another wife that,
Punky Brewster.
yeah. She can get an honorable mention.
The young one.
Katie
The young one. Okay, yeah.
and
yeah.
Derek.
That was a tough one too, because my man put her on her insurance, and she used that insurance until she divorced him. Because then she had I'm serious. That was like a point. That was a point of that season. Was that?
Oh yeah, because she had was diabetes.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know it was something she needed insurance for. She had just lost her job.
Because
So
she needed the insulin shot.
he was like, "If you my wife, you're gonna be on my insurance." And man,
Yikes. Are they together?
No.
what?
Are him and the Zach and the other girl?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I don't follow them people after they get off the show.
Love to smile. Thank you for the correction. Because don't just be coming up here trying to set a fire.
Might have been wrong.
Yeah,
Where's the sources?
you can't come in that strong, and then you know what? Also, I'm not gonna. I think this goes without saying. I think we should say this. I should say, Asia was on time today, and I feel like you didn't properly acknowledge that, Tasha, and that's wrong.
Asia wasn't on time, but I sent her the link and then she joined in.
She was on time today. I saw her early. She was like one of the top 3 comments.
People was late today.
You're just never satisfied.
I'm glad Asia's here. She did DM me earlier today, excited about this episode.
Which
See,
which one of the cast members slid into? You said somebody slid into Zach's DMs.
I think she's talking about the girl. You're talking about Katie.
Katie.
Oh.
He slid into her DMs and they went out to dinner.
Well, yeah, this wasn't a good match at all. Poor thing. The little girl. The girl had all this trauma already right beforehand, and then had to go through some more traumas. Poor baby.
Oh right, because then is she the one where her fiance had just died or something?
Like, I don't think it was right then, but like, yeah, she had like going through death and stuff, and yeah, girl, we do not care about Jacob. We're not worried about Jacob and these steaks. He got a YouTube channel.
Jake has a YouTube channel.
What is he? Is he only on there eating steak and veggies?
Like he's not even talking. It's just a mukbang of steak
It's a
and eggs.
mukbang.
What was it called?
Yeah, what's the channel name?
Hey, at least he added veggies. Before it was just eggs.
Steak and eggs.
My man say I made 8 eggs before y'all got here.
Okay, Kasaun, you go, because that was we had a match.
All right, throw another one up.
Oh. Not that one. Remove. Share. This is a lot of button clicking. Okay. I'm gonna put up this other person that I don't know who they are. Oh, I remember the guy now. I remember this people a little bit.
Okay. I put this up for one reason and
Their
one reason
names.
only.
What are their names?
I don't know.
Yes, you
John
do.
and Molly.
Barbie and Ken, I don't care.
Jonathan and Molly.
I put them up for one reason and one reason only. Because I think they should be considered. Oh, hey.
That's
Asia.
how you know Asia was late.
I tried. I really tried, Asia. But I just got a tooth extracted a couple hours ago. So that's why I have an ice pack on my mouth and I'm just trying to talk through it through the wire. All right. I put this up for one reason and one reason only. This is the only asterisk on my list. One of the reasons why they're top 5 unmatchables from the experts' point of view is because he ends up getting engaged to one of the experts. So I think if you match your future fiance, you deserve a spot in the top 5.
Okay. They were. I remember how mean she was. She would lie off camera and do terrible things to him off camera, and he had to record her so that the experts would believe him, because otherwise she was basically gaslighting him.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "You recording me? Oh my gosh!" That's like she went off on him, and then she showed us to the expert, that same expert that he got married to later on. So she was obviously on his side anyway. And she gave her a piece of her mind. So yeah, and I don't think she was super attracted to him. She wasn't attracted to him either. That's why she was being so mean, I believe. Jori, you remember?
Yeah, I don't think she was attracted to him. But
yeah,
I thought they were gonna be a good couple, just looking at them. But they were like one of the worst couples.
Yes.
Yeah, that was bad for that season.
I just want to say publicly, I think it's just important for everybody to know. I started watching the show really early on. So if you're not familiar with the couples, we might do something, but it's a fact. But I do think if you match 2 people to be married and in less than 5 years, you end up engaged to the guy that you matched, I just put you on my list.
Well, maybe she thought he was a great guy.
I can't acknowledge on paper they should have worked, but I think it's another situation where it's like you just didn't know who she really was.
Right. All right. Fair enough. I'm going to remove them. Jori.
Let's do Michael and Mika.
Mika.
Come on.
And you're saying on paper they would not have matched?
No,
Why?
because what kind of background check did they do?
That's a fact. Now
this is true. They should at least know if he had a job or not. That's basic.
Before there was Chris.
That's basic. But if he had been telling the truth,
I still don't think so. He's too meek and mild, and she's too. I want to say she sounds like she's from Baltimore. So she's too rough, and he was too meek. Well, like DMV area,
native DC. How one am I?
He's too meek and mild, and she's a little.
But that's the same thing you said about Jake and Haley. The experts thought that her being strong would kind of pull him out of his shell. They thought he might ground her a little bit.
Now, Jori, you had me sold for a second. If this is based on them not doing their research on Michael. And I mean, he lied about his birthday, his blood type. I don't even know if his name is Michael for real. I need to see a driver's license before I believe that. But on paper, here's the thing about Mika. Mika is the most, I think, judged cool person on the history of the show. Everybody said Mika was really hood, but she was a really sweet person.
Oh, I didn't say she wasn't sweet.
I think she was very upfront. And probably one of the most transparent people the show has ever had. But just based on the research alone of what he did for a living and what he was telling the truth about, I can't even argue with that being a top 5 couple.
I think if he wasn't a liar, they wouldn't have worked out.
Really?
I don't think she was really attracted to him.
Really?
No.
Oh, I don't know if I believe that.
I thought she was.
I think she would have made it work, but I don't think like seeing him down the aisle, she's like, "Ooh, this is my type."
I didn't get that from her at all. I thought she said, "Okay, with chocolate, okay."
So, all right. So here's in the moment. Remember that 5-minute chunk of that season where he told the truth. They got that's real. It was 2 minutes. They got along really well. And I thought their personalities were a pretty good match. I think if he made her feel more secure in the way of like just being more of a truth teller, I think they could have worked out.
Me too.
How do you know he was telling the truth?
I mean, how do I know water is wet? I just know.
I mean, what were they talking about? I don't recall this conversation.
I mean, listen, I don't work for Lifetime. I don't remember. Oh, wait. No, I do remember. They had a dinner out on the water. And they were sitting outside on a tabletop. And she was like, today was a good day. And it was like right before decision day. That was like the episode that they were doing to make it seem like there was hope, even though they know
We know it ain't gonna work.
their relationship was a thriller video. But they had one good dinner where they were like talking and he was admitting his mistakes and he admitted that he lied. I mean, look, even his bow tie is lying in the picture. It's like a little slanted. It's not even on straight. But
I thought on paper they might have got on well.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I still want to know what company they use for background checks.
No, seriously, because they need to move on to another contract.
Whoever it was,
this is not working.
Whoever it was, they were still on contract this year.
Literally, they need to move on and sign a whole new contract because these people is not doing their job at all. Exit that. So I'm going to say these people.
It seemed like it. Don't it want Hannah?
Henry and Christina.
Lord.
These people should have never been matched together. They had zero in common. We know Henry, I don't know.
He was a mute.
Christina also, we don't know, like we don't know her truth. She was homeless and we don't know if she had a job. Henry, period. We can contract Black Twitter to get better background checks. These people, there was nothing about them that said that they were going to do well. If I had spoken before them meeting, if I had spoken to Henry one day and then spoke to Christina the next day, I wouldn't say, hey, you know what? They might go well together. Ever in my life.
Yeah, that deserves to be top 5. That was a terrible.
Well, I don't know what they were thinking. Well, they said she can get him out of his shell and make him more adventurous. And I don't know what he could have done for her, but that was a mess, a hot mess completely.
I still don't know where her stuff is. I still would love an answer to that question.
We don't know. And Henry just stayed for the check. He was just like, look, I'm going to ride the wave, collect my check, and we can move on after this. I don't care. This
was not in my top 5, but you are absolutely right. That was on paper, by stool pigeon, on text. I mean, in every way you can communicate through letter. It was a terrible match. It's top 5 worst for sure.
And I don't even think, like, he never said it ever, but I don't think he was attracted to her either. Like, when she came down the aisle, he never told her she was pretty. He should have asked him if he thought she was pretty. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sorry. Like, it's just not good.
Like he just,
he's looking everywhere else, looking at the officiant. Like,
he was another person where I was like, I don't know.
he had that brain thing when he was younger.
He had those ticks.
He had remember he had that brain thing and he had to get surgery when he was younger.
Oh, I ain't never heard that before.
I don't remember that. I just remember
somebody confirmed for me. But there was a reason. Like he had like a major surgery, and his best friend, the girl that was there the whole season, she was there for him at that time, and that's why they were such close friends. Can't remember exactly what the surgery was for, but it was something happened with his brain.
Henry's best friend starred on another reality show, isn't that
Did
true?
she?
The Real World, Trishelle, Las Vegas.
Did she? Was that old or new?
Old.
Oh, old.
Oh, okay.
Old.
But can anybody confirm that for me? That Henry had something, literally had something, a surgery.
You better hope somebody can confirm it because you about to get canceled.
I'm not. This is what I remember, and she was there for him, and that's why they were such great friends. And he was also there for her when she was going through dramatic things.
You on your own on that one.
Okay. But anyway, these people, my top 5, definitely worst matches. The experts didn't know what they was doing, period.
I agree with that.
All right. Okay, Kasaun, you just want to put somebody up. Who did you say?
Jori, I just want to say it's delightful talking to you. This is great.
Thank you.
You really are in LA. You're a real person. It's just good to know.
You guys should meet up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, I leave for New York on Monday, but if you and Ernest Jr. ever want to get together, I'm game.
Sounds good.
Do you have children, Jori? I'm
no,
sorry. Okay.
I don't.
Oh, neither do we.
Neither do I. All right, so Matt and Amber. Kasaun, this is your pick.
Can we just have a moment of silence, man? Let's just have everybody just take a second. Okay, love to smile, throwing the links in there now. All right. So,
are you paying attention to the episode or not? Absolutely.
Jori, I'm gonna go with you on this one and say
this is yours.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
With the point that you made before, that this is just one of those situations. If there was like a top 5 hardest couples to watch across the board, this is on.
Yes.
This might be the most. I want to say the most trauma of any couple I've ever seen.
Maybe second most. It might be a tie.
I ain't seen no trauma worse than this. In terms of not how bad the person was or what they did, but the effect that it had on the person. Like watching her in that hidden camera, crying,
bawling her. Oh my God, bawling her eyes out.
Was like, yo.
Woo.
So here's why I say if there was a number 1 for me, they might be number 1. Although on the surface, Christina Henry, that was too much. But for somebody who deserved stability with her, Amber, I think her name is.
Yes,
right?
Matt and Amber.
Matt still wasn't sure if he wanted to settle. He was like, I'm done with ball. I kind of want to get a job, but kind of not. And for somebody who has been through a lot, and they laid it out perfectly. Like her mom had left, and it was just her and her sister, and she didn't have it was.
She literally said she had abandonment issues multiple times. So
to match her with somebody who's like, I kind of want stability, but who knows? I still love the ball. It was catastrophic from the start. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure you signed enough papers to say you can't sue Lifetime or Kinetic Content, but I'm swinging on somebody. Whoever said, which one of y'all thought we would be a good match? And I love Pastor Cal, but if it's him, you got to swing. You got to go. Yeah. I mean, just from
they don't even look right together. This is not. Why would y'all do that? She looks like his daughter. What are y'all doing?
Then she kept getting messages the whole season that he was out with women, and then he lied about it, and then admitted it, and then said he thought it would help the relationship. Here's
another girl who would have benefited from the EOLC conference.
You hear that, Brianna?
She was with the LOEC and all extra early, kissing all up on him, excited. And now look at her.
She wanted to climb that tree.
And look at her now. I can blame her. She should have been a part of the EOLC, and then she would have. She might have done a little bit better with her feelings.
No, I'm gonna put the blame on him because he slept with her And then at the end was like, I only saw her as a friend.
But the thing is, I feel like she initiated it, and then
No,
you don't
Tasha.
think she initiated it? The way she
Tasha.
was all over him during the wedding
Hold on,
reception?
Tasha. Hold on, Tasha. It's something I can't be a part of.
What?
You cannot excuse well-intentioned people with horrible men. You just can't. It was her husband. She was excited about the relationship. You can't excuse the actions of a horrible man just because you do what's in. She didn't do anything. She was married. She was happy
Sure.
about her
So,
relationship.
okay, so this is a
Wait,
serious I have a
wait. Her twin
question.
sister is married with kids. She was just doing what was natural.
Sure.
He was trash from the start.
So this is a side question. So if he had like denied her, right? Genuinely, and I'm not saying one way is right, one way is wrong. If he should have, if he shouldn't have. I'm just asking a question. How do you think that would have went over, knowing her now, like knowing her personality and stuff? Like, how do you guys think that would have went over if he would have just been like, not, especially the way she was all over him during the wedding and the reception?
I think she would have took a step back and realized this guy maybe doesn't like me.
Okay.
But him having sex with her, that's going to make her feelings grow even more.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people on the show do that. Clearly, that's something that is a common theme.
Here's the deal. When it comes to relationship, the person who is unsure has a responsibility to make sure it doesn't go too far.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, you just don't get to be like, well, you said you wanted it too. It's like, but you knew you didn't want me. So it was your responsibility to make sure that my advances didn't get far. That is your job as the person. It's your job. Man or woman, I don't care. It's your job. If I'm like, I just want to be with you, I want to do whatever, and you're like, I don't know, my feelings aren't the same, whatever. Whoever that person is, it is your responsibility. Like if something goes wrong in the future and you're like, I wasn't really feeling you from the beginning, but you was coming on to me, I'm going to hold you responsible. I really don't hold the other person responsible because you were probably giving them signals. You didn't make it clear that you were unsure. So in my mind, that's a green light.
So what about the person that says, yeah, I wasn't unsure, but I thought as I got to know them and continued on that, my feelings will grow and it will be fine.
You don't get to use my body to make that choice. You don't get to use my heart to make that choice. In a lot of those situations, my heart is broken. And while you were trying to decide, I think we all get it wrong sometimes. I'm just saying, I think the older you get, the more you stop playing games. It's a game. And I don't even know why I think he's a different case because he was just trash from the beginning. But I do believe that if you know or you're unsure and the other person is sure, like they're just feeling you and you don't feel the same, it's your responsibility to set the pace.
I a little bit disagree. Like that sounds extremely noble and it sounds amazing, but we only have responsibility for ourselves. I can't be responsible for everyone else's feelings. Everybody has to be responsible for their own feelings. At the genuine end of the day, I have to be responsible for myself and be at a place with myself where I can, whether this goes right or wrong, I'm okay with the decisions that I've made. Even if this person was trash, I'm okay with the decisions that I made. I didn't make the decision to sleep with this guy. So because I wanted to. So even if it doesn't go well, I'm accountable for myself. I can't be accountable for anybody else. It sounds great. Like I ideally, sure, but in the real world, like no, you have to be accountable for yourself.
So here's what
Not when you're married. You are accountable for someone else's feelings.
Okay. Fair.
And even if you're not married, this is the only way that I can explain my point of view. And if we agree to disagree, that's fine. Love to me, you can be under the influence the same. I think of it the same as alcohol to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like infatuation has an effect the same. All right, right?
It does.
You treat someone under the influence differently than someone who is sober. And you should. And while you can say like I'm in charge of myself, you should be in charge of yourself. If you break someone's soul, you break their spirit, it's like you can't act like you're not responsible for that. You knew. If you you have to live up to what you know, regardless of what it is. Especially if you're married. Like you coming on the show, the idea is like I'm coming into a commitment. And okay, I don't know. I don't know. Love to smile. It took a turn.
Love to smile. What is going on with you tonight? What's going on?
I just want to know, what did I say that triggered that comment?
What are you talking about, sis?
And why has Siobhan put?
Because she like pre-diabetics.
But Dr. Siobhan, I need you to focus. This is not about
love to smile. We have not mentioned Ready to Love.
We haven't mentioned chubby people.
We haven't mentioned weights, size, anything. What are you watching with us? Are you here?
And nobody on. Okay, anyway. So that's. I mean, agree to disagree, but I think if they had vetted him a little bit more, I think even just the notion that he wasn't ready to truly settle down, he was still talking about finding work. He was just trying to transfer from playing overseas. Like he was living a baller's life, whatever that is, I think should have already been an indication that he wasn't ready. And she deserved someone who was like stable. And we'll get to like top 5 matches of people who didn't work out that you wish could have been together. I'll save that. But like that was on paper as a bad match.
Yeah, I agree. It says there's no way I know 100% what's in a man's mind, but if he's giving me signals, how is it my fault if I lay with him and he leaves?
I can't tell who she's disagreeing with.
She's disagreeing with me.
No.
She agrees with you. She agrees with you wholeheartedly.
I agree with you then, Brianda. Thank you. I'm joking.
So what's giving me signals?
Him continuing to sleep with you, him acting like he wants to try to work this marriage out.
Tasha, we a little too old to be asking what a signal is.
But I mean,
do we
I'm
need
asking her.
Jori, can you give Tasha the talk while I turn my camera off, please?
No. Where are you going?
Huh?
Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. I didn't know if you needed Jori to explain physical interaction with you.
No, I don't need her to explain physical interaction. It's just like, this is why, I'm such an advocate for the EOLC, because it's like, I mean, granted, these people are married, right? But just talk about regular life. You have to decide what are your terms for access are, right? Terms of access for you. And of course, people are going to have different ideas about what this is, but you have to decide what it is for you. Should you, make it to a point where you're vetting this person, you're deciding, okay, I'm not going to give this person access to my body. They might have different access to me, my time, this and that, but maybe not to my body until they've gone through these.
So loud. Okay. Like the word body. Are you turning your mic up when you say the word body or something? Because I guess maybe it's my speakers, but the word body triggers at least another 3 levels of volume. But continue.
Because I'm trying to emphasize the access to the body is different than just access to me as a person. And so if you want to be sure, there's things you're going to need to put in place, right? There, you might need to do some extra vetting. Have this person go through Kasaun's family to see if they're worthy or not. You can't just say, "Oh, this guy was giving me signals that he might like me, so now he's able to access." No, there's some things that they might need to go through. You have to decide that for yourself, but that's on you. But I'm not talking about these people who are married. I'm talking about these people, just people you meet, right?
Go ahead, Jori.
No, I get that. But I think in relation to this show, you're on borrowed time. And I think you go in with a preconceived notion, I hope this works. So you're not vetting your husband.
Sure. They should have vetted for you.
Yeah. And so if you're attracted to them and they seem attracted to you and everything's flowing and, things are happening.
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that all the things were her fault. He did some terrible things.
I'll take it a step further. I think it's actually a little more of a responsibility if you're not married, because being engaged and married is kind of like a commitment equalizer. Like, we both know what this is. Like, when we're engaged, Jori, we would love to hear your engagement story before we leave here.
Okay.
That's a cool thing. So
Yes.
I think engagement is like an equalizer, and then marriage is an equalizer. Like, we're making an equal commitment. We both know what this means. I think even more so in dating. Well, okay.
You talking about Paige and Chris, Dr. Chabot? Who are you talking about?
Because I think he left and then came back. It's a lot going on. But I think even in dating, it's really important, and it's not just like a physical interaction conversation. I think it's a conversation of boundaries, because you just got to acknowledge that things mean something different to different people. So if like, yo, I'm not feeling you, it's important to be like, I'm not gonna,
lead you on.
Yeah, you just can't lead people on. And you got to be honest with yourself to know that you're doing it, even if it means you got to cut off something that you enjoy.
I agree. I have done that before.
You let somebody on before?
I cut it off because I felt like if I didn't, I would be leading him on.
Oh.
Yeah, so
was this the Taco Bell guy?
No, it was not Taco Bell guy. But a guy I really enjoyed, and I loved his company, enjoyed his company a lot, but I knew it wouldn't get serious, and I knew that he would want something serious, so I had to cut it off, unfortunately.
So you're just using them for the dates?
I was a little bit. We had a great times together, and I wouldn't say we had like dates, but we hung out a lot. Anyway, Love to Smile said she was trying to point out that MAFS had unrealistic matches. They need chubby people.
That's all relationship shows. Ready to Love, they be putting everybody with six packs on there, and everybody. It's like, we can we get some real people on here? Not that they're not real. Let me not say that. But just
girl, what?
people that reflect the complexities and diversity of our world.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if somebody went on there and said, "I like a little meat on the bones," then they would get that.
They've had like two people.
The girl from Philly,
Jasmine.
she was thick. Jasmine was thick, and her husband liked that.
It didn't work out though. And Kate.
That's because he didn't want to give up the coins.
And Kate was kind of, on the fluffy side, but her husband didn't like her either. But that was skin tone. I don't think that she was that fluffy. Like when you see people who are small next to each other,
they look
like on camera, the bigger one looks bigger, but they're actually, if you saw them in person, they're not big at all. They're also very small. Because for example, the Kardashians, people think that Khloe's fat, but Khloe is not fat. Her sisters are just extremely tiny, and on camera she looks like very big in comparison. That's how I feel Kate showed up on camera.
So
That makes sense?
to answer the
Yes.
question in the chat, I
What's
gave
the
up on
question?
I gave
Oh.
up on Ready to Love last year.
Oh,
Be-
before 2021.
yes, I did. Because there was an episode in Houston or Atlanta, whatever it was.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
And the lady, so the guys came on and they had to cut a woman, and they cut the woman who I thought was the coolest person there, and they said that they cut her because they felt more of a friend vibe. And I was like, this show is not gonna, this isn't it.
They're not gonna prosper.
Well, it's like I get along with her too well. She has a great personality, so we're cutting her. But it's just the dumbest.
That would be me. That's what happened to me most of my life.
It's like it's the most ridiculous rationale. She was cool. She had the best jokes. She had a son. She was family oriented. She had a business. She was great. And they were like, yeah, I just feel more of a friend vibe. And what happens on that show, which is why I don't watch it, is that they let all the cool people go, and then all the treacherous. Well, I was about to get in my bag. Sorry, let me reel it back. And
No, speak your mind.
all the people who want to play the game end up staying. And then they always end up with these people that's like, I can't choose between these two guys. But the women who are like, I really like you, and she makes me laugh, they're always like, I can kick it with her, but I can't see myself with her long term. I'm like, what do you think marriage is? It's 90% kicking it. That's what do you have to live with this person? You're throwing her away because you like her? Like I no, I can't do Ready to Love. It's ridiculous. And then yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. That's my
Thank
little
you for
rant.
letting me know. I never need to watch.
But
So
PJ Morton does the theme song, and I really enjoy that because I'm a really big PJ Morton fan. So
got it. Okay, let's do. This is who we just did. Who?
I'm really high. I'm so high right now. It's crazy.
Amber and Matt.
And that was you, right, Jori?
No,
No, that was me.
Kasaun.
Okay, so you tell me.
I only
Jori,
have one couple left. Brandon
Okay.
and Taylor.
Brandon and Taylor.
Really? I think I'm actually going to disagree on this one. How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools breaking us down, and they all should let us be.
Are
We
you on meds?
belong to. I am so high right now.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I'll rewatch this and regret all of this later.
No, that was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, come through.
But Brandon and Taylor, I'm going to disagree on this one.
Go ahead, Jori. Tell us why.
I think on paper they wouldn't have matched. I believe like she had like some type of big social media presence, and then he seems low key and he has anxiety issues. And those are things I feel like the experts should have known beforehand. So I don't know. I just think they're too opposite.
I thought they were in the same industry. They both did beer, what was it, beer promotionals. They like to hang out at similar places. They I thought that they would have hit it off. I thought that they would have hit it off.
So here's the
Season
fun part.
10, Brianda, DC.
The Michael and Mika and this couple are all in DC. So if you're in DC right now, they are there amongst you. So I have a question for you, Tasha and Jori. How do you feel about Taylor? Do you think she was there for the right reasons?
I didn't watch the whole thing, so I can't say.
I think 50-50. I think if it would have worked out, she would have been on board with it.
I personally think that the entire DC season was rigged. Like,
No.
I feel like
That one couple was incredible.
what the young ones, the ones the
There was
the baby Amelia Bennett Jr.
There was a Caucasian couple. There was a couple from the mountain of Caucasus.
Yeah, like
And
they were like awkward.
she's a nurse, and he had long hair, and she was a little older than him. They were great. I loved them.
So not the awkward couple.
I don't know who the awkward couple is.
They were like she had like a twin sister.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but I'm saying like I feel like because I seen something that somebody had said that like they had hired actors for that particular season. I feel like the whole season was rigged because that season was a mess.
That season was trash. That's Katie and
They were a
Derek.
great couple adjacent, like their shadow selves, healthy and healed, might have worked out. The pilot and the girl. The pilot? You talking about this season? Yeah, DC season was garbage. I was gonna apply for DC. I would have been pissed. I was gonna apply. I got into Married at First Sight late though, and then I was like, let me go see what's going on. So I went to go apply, but they were taking applications for New Orleans, and then a month or so later, I saw that they had already done DC, and my friend actually had applied, and she said she had a couple interviews with some producers, but she didn't get chosen.
Wait a minute, Tasha, you were gonna be on the show? I
was naive. Full of hopes and dreams, and open-minded. And they went to Panama on their honeymoon and stuff. I was like, I could have been home visiting my grandpa. Like I could have been doing all types of stuff. Yeah, but I also would have got my life ruined. So I wasn't supposed to be there.
Tasha, if they come back to DC, I think as a community we would sign a petition. Would anyone else sign up? Jori, would you sign a petition to get Tasha on the show? I would. If
I ever did Married at First Sight, you guys would be my friends on the show. Like, you know how they FaceTime their friends and stuff? It would be y'all, the people in these comments and y'all that I
Let's make a verbal agreement. Let's make a verbal agreement. If they make Married at First Sight and for some reason you get through, I will bring some of my family members on the show to play your family.
I agree to that. Oh my gosh. Asia.
I agree,
you can't let it go.
They seem to be in a tough place right now, so
I would definitely invite Dr. Siobhan and Flash Nights to my wedding for sure. You guys will definitely be at the wedding.
Yeah, but you gotta listen to what we say about your husband.
Yeah.
Nah, Ty, you debate too much. You like he said he was gonna do this, and Siobhan and I would be over on the side, just be like, I don't think that's right.
The looks that I feel like I would get from y'all on the sidelines, I wouldn't even be able to take the season seriously myself. Like I would literally be on the show like nobody approves of this for real. Well, I'm just here for fun. I'm here for my own review show.
Yo, Tasha, on the low, I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, love to smile.
So you'd be like Taylor.
I tried out for seniors bachelor with the woman has to be 65. Love to smile. You are a light in this chat today.
I didn't know there was a such thing as seniors.
Me neither.
There is.
On ABC?
They're casting for it. It hasn't came out yet.
Oh, that's what's up. Love to smile. Yo, we support you. I want to see it.
Not here playing the reception, right? All right, but if that ever happened, I would absolutely let some of your family be my family. Like he would go to the next morning after the reception, they would go to breakfast with your family instead of mine.
Yo, but here's the thing. You will know everything you need to know about him after that breakfast. I can absolutely guarantee you that.
Okay. I agree. If ever, don't necessarily want to say God willing because that's not really what I want. I don't want to be on the show for real, but
I'm here for
not
it though.
anymore. So yes, I thought these people would have done well. You think they would have never done well. I do not fully agree, but that's okay. Let us see. Is it my turn?
Can I ask a question, Jori?
Yeah.
Who do you think was closer to being a good match for the other person? Do you think Brandon or Taylor was the most, or do you think they were equally mismatched?
I think Taylor was better. Brandon, he needs some therapy. He might need some medication. He wasn't ready. He has some internal
Why
things
did you
going on.
leave?
When it gets to mental issues, I just got to check out just in case, you know.
Oh my gosh. Love to smile. You're only 61. Your picture looks so younger than that. Okay, you look good, girl. All right. So I'm gonna go to Kasaun because Jerry.
Not Jori.
Jori. See, I told you.
Great. You got to we got like 3 more left. It's just out of habit.
But no.
Charge it to our head and not our heart.
Absolutely not my heart.
As they used to say.
I'm gonna do this one before our unanimous decision, which debatable unanimously for me, but you know.
I mean, y'all know what's coming up. Y'all know what's about to happen.
So this is Tristan and Mia, and you think they would have never worked. Why?
I disagree.
I also disagree.
You should know if one of your participants has an active warrant for stalking.
On paper, as a couple, as a person to person, you think that they wouldn't have worked out on paper.
Tasha, a warrant is literally on paper. It's a warrant.
He didn't care. She had the complexion to butter his muffin or whatever he said about her. Some weird stuff.
You know, listen, there was certainly an opportunity. Love to smile. I'm not even reading. All right. I don't know what those letters mean, but I don't want to know.
You don't know what that means?
Nah, I'm pure.
Okay.
So
Me too.
Do you know what they mean? Okay. So here's the deal. Regardless of what his type was, we're talking about people who are matched. None of the producers knew. They found out she had an active warrant for stalking her ex at the airport. How was that not a part of a background check?
They said that the warrant came out like the week after they did the background check. They said that's when the warrant for her arrest went out, like the week after they did the background check.
So she was stalking the night of the interview, is what you're saying?
Yeah, yes. But they both said they was both all extra in the Bible study, both extra in the family. I thought they was gonna make it until we found out that she was a fugitive.
You know, I'm gonna say this.
Hi, so love.
I'm gonna say something that might sound very disrespectful, but I really do feel this, and I'm high, so whatever.
Okay.
I think the concept of church trips a lot of people up into compatibility and leads them to ignore a person's actual heart. Like, just because somebody go to church don't mean it says something, but it don't say everything. It don't tell you what you need to know. It's like everybody, like the devil knows scripture. Like, what y'all just be like, we both went to church. It's like,
who is y'all?
Well, I wasn't saying you specifically, but I mean, if I could recall, I mean, I'm not going to, you have told the story about rolling in the 6 with your woes. So anyway, but it's
But
like
those kids came from a marriage. He wasn't just out here.
whatever helps you sleep at night. But it's like, all right, my reason for putting them on here is just the warrant, because I feel like you should know that. And I feel like you should research enough to know that somebody has a Brianna's speaking Spanish now. I don't understand it at all.
She's saying who?
Oh.
I think she was trying to say who you should be talking to when I said who.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm high. But they should have, and still haven't solved, having a significant amount of research dedicated to knowing if someone is, here we go, emotionally available.
Okay.
Whether you are in a relationship, fine, research it. But they have not gotten to a point where they can accurately tell if someone is emotional. Even to the point that Dr. Cal went with your boy to the barbershop and was like, I just want to make sure ain't nothing going on. And it's like, oh, well, there's a lot of anti-blackness in this couple, which my wife just was not down to watch this at all, because she was like, she's not a fan if a man even appears as though he has a preference away from dark-skinned women. Like, she's not on board. So I don't think we didn't watch this one on time like everybody else.
Yeah, but he was very much so like, she can't be darker than me. Definitely got to be lighter than me. It was an interesting time.
Yeah, but
he got his queen. Okay, he got his light-skinned queen. He's married now to a light-skinned queen. So,
I mean,
that looks like her a little bit.
I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I'm not gonna go down that road with you.
You took us to the road.
So they were only a bad match because she was a fugitive?
Yeah, I think,
which we found out after the fact. I'm talking on paper. They seemed like they would have worked if she wasn't on the run.
She was another one that was a little strange the whole season, where it's like you could never really get a sense of her personality. Like,
because she was lying, hiding secrets and lying. Because he's talking about, I canceled my insurance so I can get on yours. And she said, you did what? Why you do that? She said, you canceled your insurance? Why would you do that? I was like, okay. So, me and Jori disagree, but you can have what you want to say. And last but certainly not least, they're the first, for sure. Although you guys know that I have my own comments about these people's match pairing. We all said Paige and Chris, but they're not true to my reasoning for everyone else. Because if it was to go from just on what was on paper, like I've been saying from the beginning, actual paper, I thought they would have went together. I always said, if he is attracted to her, it's going to work. If he's not, it's not. Because on paper, they had all the same values, allegedly, on paper, not in the heart. They had all the same values on paper, family, the faith, the business-wise. Like, they were similar in all the areas, but they just weren't he wasn't being truthful. So actual paper, cardstock, they would have matched if he was telling the truth. You don't agree that they would have done well if he was telling the truth?
I disagree.
Telling the truth about what?
They didn't match.
Everything.
They didn't match because He was engaged 2 months before.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So you're not saying that you're not saying on paper they didn't have the same values and stuff, but you're saying they didn't do enough background. They should have known that this man was not emotionally ready for this. Period. They shouldn't have been matched. Got it. Look up on the paper and look at what. So
Oh, love the smile. You gave up on it altogether?
Dang, sis. We starting the review show up again in a few weeks. You ain't gonna come back. Dang. The next one starts July 21st. We would love to have you back. We a nice little community over here. Kasaun.
So, all right. I think this season has been too traumatic for us not to talk about them at length. But on paper, based on what he presented and what she presented, it's on paper, they seemed like a home run. However, their lack of research, I agree, Jori. They deserve a spot in the top 5.
Yeah, you said it best. That was a great way to put it.
Well, that wasn't lack of research. Didn't he tell them he was engaged 2 months before?
Actually, yes, he did tell them. He didn't tell them that he was still sleeping with her, but he did tell them. They knew and they thought that he was ready. But
you don't need to know. You should already assume 2 months out, there's something still happening.
You think so?
Somebody's still playing on someone's phone. Someone's still popping up. 2 months is too fast.
Okay, fair.
Wait, Tasha, you disagree?
No, that's fair. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with. Let me stop. Let me not incriminate myself.
Can you say it, please?
Can you say
it, please? You're not gonna say it? Can you say it, please?
I was gonna say I don't have a lot of experience with still interacting with people after I'm done talking to them, but that's not true. And so I can imagine it'd be even stronger if it got all the way to engagement. So you right.
And when it's two messy people, it takes a long time to be over. So someone like Chris.
But he just presented himself as not messy at all, but he couldn't keep up the facade. It wasn't just the engagement, it was the emotional instability for me. Okay.
Dr. Siobhan mentions, Jori, that you are making more of a EOLC
argument here
in a moment. I just thought that would be interesting for maybe you to comment on, because it just sounds like you're spitting more of an EOLC philosophy.
Well, LOEC is about acceptance, so I can see both viewpoints.
I see what you did there. That was impressive.
I'm not convinced. Yes, like I said, I don't know what company they're using for their background checks. They need a new contract, a new company, because we cannot keep going on like this. The mission statement is in the name. The mission is to keep your eyes open, protect yourself, and keep your legs closed until you're prepared to open yourself up in that way. Until you have made a conscious decision that okay, so why you look like you ready to jump in? Until you made a conscious oh, you typing. Until you've made a conscious decision that your requirements for entry have been met.
I know I'm uncomfortable with the word entry, but I would like to also say I've never heard this much ruckus made by someone who has a booth at someone else's conference. Would you, if you have a booth at MegaFest, you think you're about to go up to TD Jakes and be like, what is your mission statement for MegaFest? I haven't heard a compelling argument as to why you have for this conference. Like, sis, you got a booth at my conference.
Right.
But that's how accepting. And listen, LOEC is a thing. But if you want to really be honest, the EOLC happens to be a little more accepting because we gave a booth to a movement that is the complete antithesis of what we're trying to push. So who's more accepting at the end of the day?
We are also accepting in that we want people to learn themselves even more, like find more confidence in themselves. Don't necessarily feel like, we want to give people more to value, right? So we want to build people up, all people of all kinds. We want to build them up to value, certain values, their bodies a little bit more. And you don't have to say it louder. Oh, they're more accepting. That's fair. I just feel like we leave it open so that people can learn more from each other and understand each other more, so that they can accept for somebody for who they are, and then decide to take that step.
And we also want you guys to like this video, which we haven't mentioned at all today. Hour and a half in. Go ahead and like the video, please. All right. Well, yeah. Trash. We agree.
So what I'm saying is,
she coming for blood now. Sorry.
I'm not saying that you don't value your body. I'm saying that I'm trying to open your perspective into ways to increase the value, basically. Where did Jori go? She done disappeared.
You speaking against the LOEC, so maybe she dipped out. Oh, she left.
No, she got to come back because she got to tell us how she got engaged. Maybe her computer died or something. What is that your tooth?
Yeah, I took it.
Oh my gosh. Kasaun.
Yeah.
Why you didn't wash it?
I'm not gonna wear it on a necklace.
You could. People do that. They put like teeth and rings and stuff.
No, I'm necklaces,
good. Like their kids' teeth. Anyway, Jori, it is now story time.
Okay.
And it's time for you to tell us how your engagement story. First of all, how you met Ernest Jr.
Okay, that ties into the engagement story.
Okay.
Stop.
You have the floor. Let me move you over here.
Okay, actually I got engaged almost a year ago, so June 22nd of last year.
During the pandemic.
Yes, during the pandemic. It was our first year anniversary.
And he found out, he was like, I can't be in this house by myself. I need Jori with me. I can't do it.
And he took me to my childhood home. I don't live there anymore, but he took me to my childhood home. And that's where No, when I moved out here.
Okay. The people want to know. I gotta ask questions.
No. And that's where we met, because to some people this might seem salacious, but he's my older brother's best friend. So we all grew up together.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say that was your cousin. And I was going to have to leave.
Really?
Jori, I don't know. Woo! That took a load off. You said he took you to your childhood.
No, he's my older brother's best friend. So they've been best friends since elementary school. And so he's known me since I was been like 6 years old.
Wow. That would have never flown in Kasaun's family ever.
And then
ever. Absolutely not. You think you gonna come? You my friend? You think you gonna come up here and join my family? Heck no.
And
throw that out there.
That's a violation.
Go ahead, Jori. Sorry.
And so when I got to high school, my older brother, he moved back to Baltimore. And so like he would always check in on me and my mom, make sure we were okay since my brother wasn't here anymore. So he ended up teaching me how to drive when I was 17. So we spent like a lot of time together. And then when I turned 18, he told me that he was in love with me, but I was too young. So if we cross paths again later in life, it's meant to be. And
was he about to go off to the army or something?
No, but he just felt he's 8 years older than me, and at this time I was 18.
But I'm saying, if he's saying we ever cross paths again, like he was about to disappear.
No, but he doesn't really have a reason to be in my life anymore. My brother doesn't live here anymore, so
Was he doing hard time?
Right,
No.
like where was he going?
It sounded like that's a speech that you give when you're leaving for a significant amount of time.
I'm like, is he enlisting or?
No, just like after I live my life, if we cross paths and we're both single, it's meant to be. Not like we'll never see each other again.
Okay.
Yeah,
So 2 years ago, we ran into each other.
Where?
At a vegan festival at the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
And we just been together ever since. And then our first year anniversary, he proposed. And
Aww.
in a few days, on Tuesday, it will be our second anniversary. And we got married Valentine's Day. So.
Oh, fresh marriage.
Which
Yes.
is great because it consolidates the budget for gifts. And that's smart. So, one, that's a very beautiful story. Two, I have questions.
Are you vegan, first of all?
No.
Okay.
I have been for periods of times, but no.
Go ahead, Kasaun. Sorry.
So, all right. Question number one. Did it take your brother time to adjust to his best friend? Like, did they maintain their best friendness over the years?
Yes.
Even though, but your brother still lives on the East Coast.
Yes.
And somebody had to make a call to be like, hey,
Yes.
remember your best friend? That's
No, my brother was fine with it. He said if it was any of his other friends, he would have killed both of us. So I chose the right friend.
So did your brother know about the love back then, or he found out?
Because that would have been illegal. He would have been very upset. I was a minor.
Well, you said you turned 18 and he told you he was in love with you.
Yeah,
it was the elephant in the room.
But now I'm a grown woman. I think at 18, an older brother is still gonna be like, "That's my little sister."
Yeah.
So how much time was that? That was
Like
from
14
18 to 30.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's a long time to not see each other.
Okay, so back then when you were 18, did you know like I'm attracted to this person?
Yes.
Got you. So when he said, go ahead.
No, finish your question.
So when he said like, hey, like if we cross paths, were you like, bro, you live down the street? Like what you talking about? So like how'd that work?
I knew there was like a connection between us, but he was right. Like I knew like there was life that I wanted to live, and being that he's not just some regular guy off the street where I'm like, I could be like, oh, I'm tired of you. He is my, like, a friend of the family. So I didn't want to do him like that. So he was right in like letting it pass by.
Mm.
All right. So you go to this vegan Rose Bowl event and y'all see each other. What happens?
I don't know. We said hi. How you doing?
So had y'all not seen each other in this whole time?
No, we hadn't.
In like 10, 12 years?
Yeah.
And y'all just saw each other at this vegan event.
And it was like everybody disappeared, and then there was music, and then was cameras going around. Like, really?
At the festival, there was like a lot of people there, like, and we just kept running into each other
At the festival.
Yes. Like I ran into him like 5 times that day. And
He
like
was
the people.
following you, sis. You think y'all was running into each other? That was not coincidence.
Okay, maybe he was following me. I don't know. I was running into him.
Yes,
I
he's
don't
like,
know.
I'm putting myself here. She coming this way. Period.
There wasn't that much seaweed in the world, sis. And your parents, because he was so close to the family already, like how did that conversation go? That's cool.
My mom, honestly, she's the one. She saw it when it happened when I was younger. She was like, "Oh," when we were hanging out a lot because he was teaching me how to drive. She's like, "I think he likes you," and so as a joke, I said, "My mom thinks you have a crush on me," and he said, "I do," and I was like,
wow, come on, Bo.
So
at the Rose Bowl, whatever, at the end of the event,
we ran into each other in the parking lot. Or he was stalking and he was waiting for me to get to the parking lot.
There we go.
He was waiting at the exit for you to come out.
And then I asked him if he still had the same number. And then he did. It was a little awkward because in my phone it was saved as Big Bro. And I was like, oh, I need to change that right now.
Hey, that's great.
And then the festival ended like at 4:00. So we met up that night, went out for drinks, and like
straight to it. Didn't waste
straight,
no time.
LOEC.
Okay.
And now I have the ring.
Yo.
He's not a stranger. I've known him since I was 6 years old.
I think that's awesome.
That sounds like a plot of a movie. That's great.
Yes, it does sound like a movie.
And so you guys found each other.
Wait, where's she at?
So you guys found each other before quarantine started. Is that right? Y'all found each other the summer before quarantine started.
Yes.
And then pretty much the whole length of y'all relationship has been during quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Technically not LVC because your eyes was open from when you was young. You was like, you right, we shouldn't. Your eyes was open.
That's a fact.
And then you waited.
That's a fact.
Okay, so let's get it straight.
Well, as a grown woman, LOEC.
But you already had your eyes. You already knew this was a good guy. Everybody had their eyes open for you, and you had your eyes open too.
In fact, the theory could be made that your eyes have been open longer than anyone on this. You've had decades worth of eyes openness.
And everybody else's eyes was open too, because your brother's eyes was open, your mother's eyes was open. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know you want to be on that side so bad, Jori, but you're not on that side. You're not on that side.
Jori, your eyes have been open since Clinton was in office. And your legs didn't get open until Biden. Or Trump.
It was Trump.
It was Trump. So you can't be the case study for that. We have to factor in everything here. That's a great story.
That is a great story. So how many now I'm getting your business. So how many relationships were you in between that time? And you were just like, were you ever thinking like,
but I'm the one that asked too many questions.
Listen. Were you ever thinking like, these people ain't gonna work because I'm gonna be with so we're gonna run into each other again?
No, I never thought that. I never thought like I wasn't holding out hope or anything. It was like, oh well. Like I went to go live on my life, like he said, and he went and he lived out his life. And I've been in 2 relationships since then.
Okay, fair.
So like one right after, like when I was 18 to 19, and then maybe a year before we ran into each other.
We got to do story time more often. You guys have some great stories. I would have never known this. I would have
dead.
never guessed. I can see why you didn't talk about your marriage. That was way too much to type.
Yeah.
And I had another question.
Okay.
Dang it. So how do you? So since he's Ernest Jr.,
Hold on.
where are you going?
No, I just didn't like the way that question started.
Y'all be talking about Ernest. I'm just trying to understand the dynamic since she's Ernest. You know, she got herself an Ernest Jr. Y'all keep saying he pay all my bills and he get my internet and he fixes my stuff. I'm trying to understand the dynamic. Did you have that same dynamic? Maybe he's not. You know, he ain't 20 years older or nothing. But
No.
okay. I just wanted people to understand that they should not be shaming. First of all, I don't got nobody named Ernest, number one, so that's not even a thing. But y'all shouldn't be trying to shame me and say that some man is paying all my bills and I'm treating him wrong. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Kasaun.
He's probably texting Ernest.
Kasaun. She already chose. Wait, what did I miss? And not women that are loose. Weak. All right. Well,
I have one more question.
Okay.
How tell me an aspect about your relationship / marriage that in the quarantine that you didn't expect. So like I could like cultivating this kind of a relationship, an engagement and a marriage in quarantine has to be unique. Is there anything about your relationship or spending that much time together that you didn't expect?
No, that wasn't like a big issue. I guess like the big issue was like moving in together because I never lived with a mate. And so like that was some adjustment because men are just way different than women.
Well, I don't really appreciate the downward slope you said the last part of that sentence with. But yeah, I get it.
do you guys have your own
My
bathrooms?
husband is different from like I grew up in a house where like my dad and my brother, they're like cleaner than me and my mom. So like I'm used to a man being very organized and tidy. So fine. For my husband, it was a culture shock moving in.
Okay, Brianna.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Okay, well, I mean,
Do we share a bathroom?
yeah, that's a question. Yeah.
Yes,
Do you
we
guys?
share a bathroom.
The bathroom is it's the hardest thing to share, in my opinion. I'll share everything else. I don't want to share the bathroom.
That's not where that doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Really?
No.
What's the hardest room to share?
The living room, kitchen. He's a pull out a chair, don't put it back, open a drawer, don't close it back kind of person. That grinds my gears.
I'ma leave that door open.
Oh, all right.
What do you Kasaun, what do you like, what's your thing that be, you feel like your wife bugs you? Like, what's your thing?
That I do wrong in the house?
No, that like she does that bugs you. Like little things.
Okay. So here's the hard thing. My wife is a very light sleeper. The room has to be like pitch dark, and it has to be insane asylum quiet for her to go to sleep. Meanwhile, I like to fall asleep with the TV on. I can have music on. Like I need noise. It's just too quiet. And that is a challenge. Challenge.
So does she normally go to sleep after you?
No. So here's the thing. It's like I can adjust to her, but she can't adjust to me. Like she just can't get used to, plus she generally wakes up before I do. Like I'm a comedian, so like I can get in 1-2 o'clock in the morning and I don't have to be up, and she got to be up at like 6 or 7. So
do you sleep in different rooms?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes she's like, I'm prioritizing my sleep.
I heard that was that was something that a lot of married people do.
So we'll spend all the time in the world, and then she'll be like, I'm ready to close my eyes and go to sleep. And she's also sensitive to, she's a light sleeper. So like if I get out the bed, it'll wake her up. Like not even touching her. I'm saying like,
yeah.
If I get out the bed, she's like, huh, what's wrong? Like, yeah, that's a lot. So that's probably a thing. I'm trying to think what else is a thing. Like we had to adjust, like she puts bread in the refrigerator, which I still don't understand.
I know people that do that.
Like, why is the bread cold? I respect it. I don't understand it. Why are you making a sandwich with it's cold? It's called cold cuts. Like the bread ain't supposed to be. I don't know what's going on, Doc.
I think
actually no. The opposite
longer.
is true. The opposite is true. So love, it actually does. It actually stays moist longer in the fridge. Dr. Siobhan is here. We're going to add her to the live. Brianda, where you at? Come on in. Dr. Siobhan.
Oh, new nickname, Shivy.
Brianna ain't gonna be here till another 6 or 7 minutes, so y'all just take your time because she'll get here. But it's gonna be a minute. We starting early.
It's been a couple weeks since you've been on. I forgot to keep the marker over the stop cam button.
First of all, why would you come on here looking all extra fabulous? Don't be trying to show us up on our own show.
No, it's cold. The building is cold.
You got on a fur? Oh, that's not a fur.
Oh, girl, not today.
Just
not
Fendi.
today.
But okay.
Not today. Fur today. No fur today.
Just Fendi.
I miss y'all. Good to see y'all.
What up?
Jori. Love your story. White Nails Gang.
Yep.
Thanks for your shout out to the EOLC. Appreciate it. Legs closed, 20 years strong.
Not 20 years.
I mean, I didn't know we were putting times on it. I think that's a little excessive.
That's what she did. I think that's what she did. I think she was,
Yeah.
We'll go with that. With that.
Hello, Brianda.
This is a treat.
Brianda, are you upset?
You just not gonna look into the camera?
Look at us and talk to us. Or what?
She got other things to do.
Right? Are you live streaming 2 different YouTube channels?
What you looking at?
I'm sorry, y'all. I was looking at something.
No, Veronica, the white nail. No, Brianda got on multicolored nails.
I agree, Veronica.
No,
everybody on here is sharing.
I be having white nails.
What
the white nails? No,
I wear white nails. So
white nails and white toes all day.
Brianda likes to wear pastel colors on her nails, so that ain't right now she got teal. So
they're not pastel.
And they were pastel, not another bright.
Brianda, what are you watching?
She on a delay?
She's not on a delay. No.
My computer right here. My computer now. I'm not using my webcam. I don't know how y'all got y'all set up.
My computer, my camera right in front of my screen.
Brianda, what are you watching right now?
We didn't build this machine.
So turn it here. Oh no.
Yes.
No, I don't want to turn it that way. Hold on. I can get it.
Exactly. White nails for
Yes.
No. So loved. So loved. So
Go ahead,
loved
Brianna.
is married. So loved is married. I can't wait to hear her story.
So love you married? She don't be on here that often.
I know. I think she got class.
Hey, Brianna, take your webcam off and spin around the room and let us see everything.
Kasaun,
Thank
hold
you.
on. Let me turn my camera off. This took a turn. This took a turn.
So Brianna, what do you have to say? What else do you need to prove?
Yeah, what
Can
are your
y'all
thoughts?
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you might
Can
be
y'all
on a
hear
delay
me?
or something.
Okay.
You definitely on a delay of some sort.
I'm not on a delay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The question is the question is
Brianna, what is going on right now?
I don't know what's going on right now.
What are you watching? It's not us.
My
It's
camera
definitely
is
us.
here and my laptop is here.
So you watching us.
Like, what do you want me to
basically.
do?
Oh, so you're saying to look at us, you got to look at the laptop, but the camera's over here.
Got you.
So
Yes,
can you
exactly.
take the camera and put it over the laptop?
It is literally
Or-
over the laptop. Like, literally.
I just want to say I don't know what I'm saying that's
Hi,
upsetting you so
Hi,
bad.
camera.
The aggression.
I was just trying to be helpful, and I apologize.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I had an attitude problem, but I'm good
I
now.
agree. So Brianna, what final thoughts do you have on the booth we're allowing you to have?
We said a lot of relationship stuff today. I would love to hear your thoughts.
We did. Yes. What are your thoughts?
Well, I just didn't like what Tasha said.
Out the gate.
About
My
it's
God.
that girl's fault. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's Tasha's show.
I disagreed. I'm sorry. I disagreed with Tasha's opinion about it being the woman's fault or responsibility or something.
I wasn't saying the woman. I'm saying the
When
person
having
as a person.
okay,
Any
the person.
Man or woman.
Okay, so can the EOLC define how long it takes for them to open their legs?
So that just turned really quickly. Like if I've ever heard a transition before. That was one heck of a
What is
transition.
the time frame?
Wait, so well, yeah, Dr. Schwab, I'm just gonna.
No, Kasaun, I'll follow your lead, sir.
I'm just here to facilitate the conversation.
Jori,
Yeah, I thought you were,
Isn't
right? I
this a
thought you
valid
were
question?
until Brianna started asking questions. When Brianna was like, I'm no longer on the panel, I'll actually do the asking of the questions. What?
I mean, we came here to have a
I just
conversation.
need a defined time. Is it until somebody's ready? Like, what is it?
Okay, let me speak for me personally.
Tasha, if I could jump in, I'd love to start at the beginning.
Absolutely.
There was a charge last week that the EOLC did not explain its mission statement and its vision statement. And I'd like us to get very, very clear for everyone to zoom in. That was not the assignment.
How do I get
That was not the assignment. The assignment was to build a conference. Did we do it? Say it with me. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We built a conference. We
did.
gave you merch.
Yeah,
We
we
had
did.
workshops. I'm gonna use my Obama finger. We had workshops. We had speakers.
The LOEC didn't have no merch.
We had let me tell you, we had lunch, but to the contrary,
A conference?
to the contrary,
Community.
the
That's why we
assignment was to
provided
build a
mission
conference.
statement.
They, 6 weeks later, they did. They came up with an exceptional 6 slides 6 weeks later, a week per slide. I love the progress. Here's the thing. The thing is, we are inclusive as well. We're happy that they are them. We're happy that we are us. It's all good. There is no animosity. If they and Nick Cannon want to spread Johnny Appleseeds all over this world and have tribes of children or whatever the consequences are, I actually don't know.
I'm
We are
sensing a
happy.
little bit of judgment.
No,
I'm
that's
sensing a
exactly
little
my
bit of
point.
judgment.
There is no judgment. I literally said there is no animosity because we want everyone to do what they want to do, as long as it doesn't cause harm to others.
Nick Cannon brought up?
Well,
Why was Nick
just
Cannon
recent
brought
news.
up?
Because of recent news.
I just
He's
want to
a father.
know.
I'm answering. Yeah. He just had another set of twins. I think it was announced that he has another set of twins that arrived today. And so it's relevant news. We were just sharing.
I think the names alone
He's
require
clearly part of the the LOEC.
So all right. So let's
This is child number 6.
I'd like to facilitate this conversation if we can. So
now?
yeah. Because I just want to make sure we're on the right road here. All right. So Brianda, Jori, the LOEC. You asked about a timeline. Do you all believe that there is a timeline, or there should be?
I think the timeline is whenever it feels right to you. And I think no matter what the timeline is, that doesn't stop the other party from using you or not being true to you.
I concur.
So do you feel like, because we have already said that, when you're in love and when something's clicking. Anyway, when you're in love, love brings up all these emotions. It's like you're high, like you're on drugs, like you're in an altered state. So like sometimes you think you feel like
defined?
No. I'm saying this is what happens when people, feel feelings of love. They get into a state where sometimes they're not extremely clear-headed. So it may feel right at the time, but there are times where people overlook different flags or red flags that they wouldn't have overlooked if they would just have given it some more time and just had their eyes open longer. That's all I'm saying.
I'm all about vibes.
That's not a guarantee.
All about vibes.
Jerry's like all about vibes.
Got
That's
it.
So funny.
So, all right, Jori, Brianda, maybe this might be a better question for me to ask. So, the way that the letters work out, there are 2 messages in 4 letters, right? So it's like eyes open, legs closed. And then in y'all's, it's legs open and the eyes are closed, which I think is a thing. Now,
What?
So my question is, because sometimes it's helpful to see like common ground. So like what suggestions would you have for a person to protect their heart going into a prospective relationship?
Have your ears open. Listen to what they say and what they don't say. And that's what we both have in common.
People can tell you anything. Just like them people was lying to the expert.
Yeah, but you can also you can hear the BS.
But you gotta have your
That's how
eyes open to see the actions.
No.
Not line
You
up
could
with the
find divine
words.
things with your eyes. People do nice things for you. You can see it.
Both need to be
How
open so
did
that you
we
can see if they
know?
Well,
line
I will
up.
say
They gotta line up.
I don't believe
No.
I don't believe
not
it's an
saying the same
either
thing.
or thing. Use your
Well,
brain.
Eyes closed.
Use
saying
whatever
it is an either
context.
or, right?
It sounds like either
It's
or.
not an
to me
either
also.
for ears
sounds-
and eyes. It's not an either or thing.
If you say eyes closed, it
Right.
sounds
However,
either or.
it's not an either or thing when it comes to protecting your heart.
Brianna, there's a lot of pauses in between statements. Are you
We're doing
gathering?
our best. We're all just doing our best.
I don't. Maybe we should work on. What about eyes open?
The legs, the eyes closed is in reference to the pleasure, not necessarily not being aware and not making correct judgments with who you're opening your legs to.
Wait, okay,
So it's not an either or
okay.
thing. The eyes closed is is about pleasure. It's about the sex.
Jori just
They're
found
both
that
about
out.
the sex.
I just found that out.
Pleasure.
No, I just found that out. I don't think that was in the slides. Wait a minute. Okay, so explain to me again.
It wasn't the slides. It said legs open and you enjoy sex so much that your eyes do close because of the pleasure. It's in there.
Wait.
Your eyes aren't closed because you're not aware. Your eyes are closed because you're in a pleasurable moment.
So wait.
I'm done.
I literally
Brianna
put it
wins.
in there. You can pull up the slide.
You know, I must say,
I think we thought you meant figuratively, like not literally
No,
in the moment.
no, she said
I
it during the presentation.
put it there.
No,
She
but
did say
even
that.
when she said it, right? What I'm saying is, when she said it, it sounded figuratively. It didn't. It didn't sound like. I mean, there's a reason why we're like, what? Right? There's a reason why we're
it
confused.
seems like there is no type of vetting situation. It's just it's just going down. Though, so we're not saying the same thing. Okay?
We're not saying the same thing.
We're not saying the same thing.
LOEC. So LOEC is a sex positive environment open to having conversations about legal and consenting sexual activities.
She said that.
And
So it
so
has
with those
nothing to do with
conversations,
protecting
legal
your
and
feelings.
consenting, the conversations, legal and consenting, are there for you to form a protection for yourself. And so with those conversations, you can then determine, do you want to have legs open and have so much pleasure that your eyes close? You can determine that. So eyes closed doesn't mean you're unaware of the situation. It just means that we are a sex positive environment in which if you do choose to lay down with somebody on the first night, no Monica, you can do that or not do that. I am a person at LOEC and I'm not doing that with anybody. However, I do other stuff by myself. You know, we are a sex positive environment. We're here to give sexual education to people. That's what LOEC is. It's not about shaming people. I'm not saying that you all are, but I'm saying that having the awareness, having your eyes open and legs closed does not protect you from things that happen. Hence the whole show.
Well,
Okay.
it can protect you at times.
It's not a guarantee.
Not on this show in particular, but
People
just in
wait-
life. It can
People
protect
wait
you.
for marriage. People wait for marriage and still get dogged out. Like, that is the truth.
Yeah, I'm not even saying people need to wait for marriage. I didn't say that.
So I just want to say how unexpected it was that This has
Internet
turned
froze.
into a real conversation. This is we're having a legitimate conversation. So, Brianda, because I've heard this, but I would like to ask you myself because I feel like that's the best way to do it. You ask the source. Have you? Because I'm just curious. I'm literally just curious. I don't know how.
Lord, you about to ask me something.
No. I'm just a person.
Okay.
I'm just a man.
Okay. So for yourself, I'm just curious. Have you like completely ruled out marriage, or is it just not something that you see for yourself right now?
Completely ruled it out.
And have you known that all your life?
No, actually, it was a decision after undergrad.
And what?
Miranda, are you on a news show? Like we are like, trying to communicate with you. No, it's like, you know how like you watch the news and they be like, yeah, we're gonna send it over to Brianda, and then they gotta.
It might be my internet, y'all. I don't know what's going on because it was fine last week, right?
Yes, it was fine last.
And I do hear a clicking sound. Is that me?
Is it me?
Kasaun, you're muted.
He muted himself to see if it was him.
Everybody mute themselves real quick.
Oh God.
Okay, one by one, we're all gonna
I'm not
come
muted,
back.
so
It's not you.
I will
All
not
right.
do that.
Jori.
Okay.
Jori.
Yeah.
Tasha.
I'm scared.
It's Tasha.
Is it me?
I think so.
Okay.
It's either you or Jori.
I thought it was Jori.
I don't know. So I just want y'all to know while y'all debate this in the comments, is they're trying to figure out a way to be a part of both organizations. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So Brianda, I'm just curious. Is this
LOEO.
is this an opportunity for a story time? What led to the decision in undergrad?
Yes, story time.
Oh.
No, don't zoom on me.
I'm not.
Without getting into too much details, it was not a very kind relationship.
And it put you off of marriage completely? Did you think you were going to get married to him?
No, I just thought I was going to get married, like not to him.
Veronica loves your eyeshadow.
I just want to say,
do too.
Ooh, thank you, Pat McGrath.
I just want to say publicly, Brianda, screw that guy, right?
Yes. We'll fight him, girl. We will fight
I'm
him at the reception with you.
Why do I not know who this is?
I don't have a.
Does Tasha know who it is?
He wasn't at the Kappa party, was he?
Definitely not at the Kappa party.
Okay.
In the clear.
I would have felt terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
The clicking is
Pull
Jori,
up
by
with
the
the
way.
Wilsons. Pull up with the Wilsons.
Huh?
That could be a thing. Oh, that should be a show.
Not pull up with the Wilsons.
Yes, that should be a show. You go back to revisit your ex who did you wrong, and you pull up with the Wilsons.
I'm weak.
I would watch every week. What was your cousin's name? Kasaun? What was your cousin's name?
Marcus?
The old twisty fingers. Yanker lot. Sir yanks a lot.
Oh, the cousin who was pulling your wife's hair.
Oh, Vanessa.
Vanessa, OG. Put her
Not
right.
OG.
Yes, put her front and center.
But here's the deal. Yeah, Jori, it's definitely you. That was slick when you did that. That is definitely you. All right, so here's the deal, right?
I still hear it when I was on mute.
We
Oh.
don't.
And maybe it's me then. I don't
There's
know.
something going on in your house.
It's like a tiny person typing.
So listen, here's the deal, right?
Yeah.
For everybody out there who has something to say about my family, first of all,
Oh, here we go with the hand.
we are regular people. We're regular people.
Just ordinary people, huh?
We don't know which way to go.
Lies.
Hey, Brianna, you know what I'm enjoying the most? The fact that you are getting all of these jokes on a delay. I can clearly tell that you're 3 seconds behind. She's like,
I don't know what happened.
No. Please keep the delay.
That's so messed up.
I want to keep
she's
no,
gone.
I wanted to keep the delay.
She gonna come back. She gonna come back.
I wanted to keep the delay. So here's the deal.
We love your family.
We're just very
we do.
transparent people who, and you know what? I'm going to do one time on an off week. I'm going to bring one of my cousins on for you.
Please.
Yes. I'm going to do that.
Do we get to pick which one?
No.
Because that would be fun if we voted. That would be fun.
Because
I want you to bring on the guy you beat up.
Yeah,
so
I want the guy.
So we can interview him.
I definitely, for sure, I want Vanessa. For sure, I want one of the cousins, the guy that was gonna try and date a cousin.
Yeah, the one that got beat up.
Yeah, him and the girl, right? Bring her too, because she could have been like, I knew, but.
But y'all, all right. So when Tiffany, Veronica said, "Let's vote."
Yes, I'm with it.
One with the broken ribs.
Let's vote.
When Tiffany came on, didn't it made a lot more sense? Like we just get to the point a little bit. Like we're just very transparent people.
No, Kasaun, this is trauma.
Violent, it sounds like, but
and we're here for it.
We're not violent people. I'm telling you, we're not violent. We just ask the right questions.
Look at Jori, because Jori is very honest. So if you can see
Jori.
from Jori's face,
Jori.
I'm sorry, I haven't had 2 hours to get it right. You're right.
Jori, listen.
All my life, 5 months, I've been calling her the wrong name.
Jori,
okay. Sorry.
A lot of these people are judging my family, and I'm telling you.
No one is judging.
Not judging. I'm trying to get in. I told you multiple times.
I'm judging.
I asked you if I could get in. Oh, Brianna's judging. Okay. I thought you were more of the non-judgmental persuasion. Now all of a sudden.
What does that have to, that's sex. Well, like, what does that have to do with everything else?
Wait. So one night stands is safe, but my cousin can't make the cut.
That's what she's saying.
Who said one night stands? Who said one night stands were safe?
You
said that?
Like, open your legs, close your eyes.
You said
if that's what somebody want to do, you with it.
Lord Jesus.
Wait,
Lord Jesus. Who said it was safe? Number one, because nobody said it. Nobody said it was safe. But if you do so choose to have a one night stand, there's no judgment here. But we will give you the tools and the education to protect yourself if you so choose to do one night stands.
But there's judgment if people are vetting people to come into their family.
What's the judgment about my family? I need to hear this in detail.
Well, why are y'all pulling hair and breaking ribs?
Well, listen, I just want to be fair. Both of our stories, there's a lot of hair pulling. So
Oh.
Who said that?
I mean, it was a joke.
Nobody said that.
Okay.
Nobody said that.
Oh my gosh.
So, all right. Is it just?
So, love, whose side are you on?
Is it just?
Pick a side.
Is it just the act of the hair pulling in the story, or is it the way we vet people?
I don't know all of the ways that you vet people, but from the two instances that you shared, I'm scared of your family.
Is it because they were both physical? I think if I can jump in, Brianna, I don't know. The way that you vet people
Agreed.
is very physical. So that can be alarming to anyone who is like, I'm not looking to get physical with my in-laws or potential in-laws.
To be a part. That's like hazing. I mean, it's a reason why I'm not Greek.
Wait, hold on. I can't even see my camera angle. I'm gonna just. I can't cover it up fast enough.
Kasaun, I don't think it's so much judgment. It's just, a lack of understanding,
No, I understand, but I don't judge. I understand. I just don't.
Kasaun.
I love your family. We can't wait for that.
I would love to meet your family. Actually, I think it would be a highlight of whatever day that is in my life.
You know what it is? All right. So because I have to be very, very fair. I have to be very, very fair. Because I cannot tell the story of my family as if I'm not one of them. It is me too. So I can share the philosophy. Right? It is just, this is what it is at the core. Is it a little intense? Possibly. Maybe
understatement of the year.
Maybe the methods can be considered unorthodox, possibly. Who knows? But
who knows?
But Tiffany didn't seem traumatized. She didn't come over here like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, because that was a long time ago. Time heals wounds. Okay, son, do you have family in DC?
Yeah, I got family in DC.
So Siobhan set up this cookout so we could play spades with Kasaun's family.
For sure. Rooftop party.
Kasaun, what do you say?
I'm with it. If y'all want to do it, I'm with it.
It's got to be on a weekday, though. I leave on Friday.
I'll be between DC and New York, so it has to.
And I just want to be clear up front. No matter how much I smile, I am not flirting with your family. Just so that Vanessa knows, everybody else knows.
Wait.
I wasn't done.
Kasaun, when do you leave for New York?
Monday.
Wait, so you're coming here on Monday and then you leave the next Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
But I'll be back and forth like for the rest of the year, pretty much.
So so it doesn't have to be next week, basically.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
So I just want to say this. We are a very transparent people. And if you have any questions about my family, please ask, because I'm just trying to share in a way when people look back on this, they don't think we're a mob. So I just want to say this. Wait, first of all, Brianna, you still on the delay? On delay. All right. So here's the real question I think that happens in relationships that is just very, very important to tackle, and that is what's under that? Like, who are you? Like, what is your actual heart towards certain things? And I think that is the point. Like, if you come in my family, like, I go to this church, I do this, I do this, I do this. We look at you like, so what? I still don't know you.
Right.
And there's no list. Like, to this day, my wife has an undergrad degree from Howard. She has a law degree from Rutgers. My family knows none of that stuff because none of us care. Like, we don't care about your degrees. We don't care about your titles. Are you a good person? Are you a decent person at your core? Like, that's all we care about.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody can really, like, all right, I'll give you a story, for instance. I don't know if I should tell the story.
Yes, you should.
You have to. It's the rule of the show.
You should absolutely tell the story.
It can reinforce some of the things I said about my family. All right.
This is going to be good.
So, like, one thing that we value probably more than anything is like storytelling and respecting your elders and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like one thing like all the OGs in my family tell me is like you just gotta listen and eventually somebody will tell you who they are. So it was a ex of somebody who was with one of my cousins or whatever, and they came to a family function, and my grandma was like the matriarch of our family. She's the oldest person in the family. If there's any cookout, if there's whatever going on, like everybody knows, like her plate needs to be made first. Make sure she's comfortable, seated, eating, having a good time. Everything's in order. Whoever this was just decided to like break the order and go do whatever they wanted to do. And we didn't see them anymore. Like it's one of them things where it's like, what do you value? Like I have very specific questions that I want to know if my cousin is talking to somebody. I need to know who you are when you're angry. I need to know who you are when you're disappointed. Obviously, I hope that you are achieving something in life or at least heading in that direction. All of that stuff is great. But I need to know who you are at your core. And that's literally that's all we care about. So like sometimes it's not provoking. I won't say provoke. I will not use the word provoke. But we do like
You sure?
To provoke.
No, I don't want to say we make them angry and disappointed.
Veronica.
I'm just saying we like to know what we're working with.
So I completely understand that, and I think that is great. I just want to point out that these are. Oh no! Did my camera die? See, we've been on here too long.
Yeah. So Love brought up a question that we're not gonna breeze by. What do you mean by they went missing?
Let me change my battery.
They went missing?
No, not like. I mean, I don't know, but I haven't seen them since. Oh no, not what you're thinking, not what you're asking. No, we don't. I'm just saying I haven't seen them in a minute. That's all I'm saying.
You sound so guilty.
I just
The funny part
I mean,
is
they didn't go missing, but I haven't seen them since.
right.
Y'all making this out to be something that is not. Jori, can you speak up for me at all? Can somebody say something?
I'm speechless.
She don't want to be an accessory. That's what that is. She don't want to be on true crimes. I feel, Jerry, listen, do not do it. Don't be on the ID channel. It ain't worth it.
Kasaun, I understand. I'm with you and your family. I feel like this is what I'm trying to say. I want to bring it back around to the conference. This is what I'm trying to say. These are levels you need to go through before you decide. You know what I'm saying? Not even opening your legs, but even just deciding to give somebody all your attention and energy for marriage. Okay, they have to go through the strong people in your family because those people can see the stuff you're not gonna see. Mm-hmm. And when they start asking the right questions and the right answers don't come out, you gotta go. What more are we playing with? You ain't it. So okay, next. So I understand.
Is that
contradictory to the show?
Is that a requirement for everybody? Like, is everybody that you bring to the family? I guess here's where I'm unclear. Is everybody that you bring to the family somebody serious that you want to marry?
Not necessarily.
No. Okay. So
I don't think that. Oh, to your family, yes. Okay. So you're saying that because that's rough. Because from what I've been understanding, like, I'm saying, I could bring people around, and before it gets a little too serious, people can say this person is not it.
So, all right. So let me tell you how it works with us. Well, first of all, I have a cousin named Jasmine who
story time.
she's been dating this guy for like 2-3 years, and they live together, and we still haven't met him because she's like, he's not ready yet. Anyway,
What?
She got a
whole place
coaching him or something.
Y'all haven't, nobody in the family's met him?
Like some people have, but I haven't. Yeah.
Right. Okay. First haze. Got it.
So it's one of the things where, like, if you bring somebody around, you kind of make it known up front, like, hey, everybody, this is my friend. And then we'll be like, friend, and they're like, friend. And then we'll chill.
I live with.
But if you're like, hey, everybody, this is such and such, and we're like, hey, how you doing? And we like everybody looking around like, okay. Like, if you bringing somebody around, that's at already a level of commitment. If you don't make it known that it's a friendship, that's significant, at least enough for us to evaluate the character of the person. If it's just a friend, it's like, yeah, you can be a trash person. We don't care who you're friends with. But if it's somebody,
do you think Jasmine is just delaying the inevitable, or?
Yeah, because this man might propose. You talking about 2 or 3 years?
that wouldn't be a good idea.
Oh my God.
That's not a good idea.
That's a television show.
You can't propose or marry. And mind you, people have done it. Like, does that mean that everybody that is married into our family is somebody that I'm like, oh, that person's great for you? Like, no, people grown, they do what they want. You make your own decisions.
But we don't accept you.
But no, it's not that we don't accept you. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. Actually, quite the opposite. Once you marry this person, we have to accept you.
Oh.
That's the problem. Is that once you bring somebody, Brianda, I'm so sorry that I'm boring you. It's
3, 2, 1.
Nope, still bored. All right, so can you crack a smile or something?
There it is. There it is.
All right, cool. So it's
I
like,
was not looking like that.
once you, I apologize. I got one apology left. Brianda, use it wisely. Once you breed, once you have a child, or once you marry into the family, it's like we take marriage pretty seriously. So it's like we accept you as Jori.
It's definitely Jori. Because
we knew it was Jori.
Oh, but like now it's concrete. Oh no.
So like once you marry, that's it. Like you are a part of the family. Like even if I don't agree with it, I treat it like blood. And it's the same thing with my friends. Like I can tell my friends all day long, like, I don't know if that's the right person for you. But once they marry them, it's like, I'm not going to be like, you can leave. It's like, no, we take marriage very seriously. So we treat you like you family. Brianda?
Why go through the hazing if you ultimately accept them?
Ooh.
Well, listen, we're adults and we all have free will. And ultimately, none of us have the liberty or authority to tell someone they can't marry or can't have a child with somebody or can't be with somebody or spend their time with them. We can't do that. But what we can do is evaluate and make sure we're giving informed opinions on people who come around, and also for that person to know. Like, one thing that does give me comfort is that any guy who does come around, I want you to know that you just cannot treat her any kind of way. Like, there are people who speak up for her. There are people who can buy her things. There are people who can make her feel good. There are people who she can spend time with. So, like, you spending time with her is a privilege that you should take very seriously, and you shouldn't just feel like if you wanted to do anything to her or treat her any kind of way or just have her on the side or whatever, like, people will be watching. Like, that's important for you to know. So we take that seriously. So I'm not saying like we haze people so that we can vote on whether you can marry them or not. But we do want you to know that there are other people invested in your relationship than just you. And you ain't just going to treat her any kind of way. Ain't nobody going to say it, or there won't be any consequences.
No, I definitely want to rent one of your cousins or a couple in my next relationship, for sure. Like rent a Wilson.
We seriously need to have a cookout. Like genuine. I'm not even kidding. So send us your dates. You're going to be in DC.
Yo, let me say it this far. This is how there are a bunch of people in my family who've been divorced for years, and they still come around. And I don't know which person is really related to me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but like I got an aunt and an uncle, and I'm not sure which one was related to me first, but I've never known them together. But that's still my aunt.
I've never known them together. I mean, that makes sense if you never even knew them together and they just been coming around saying, I'm your uncle, I'm your auntie.
They've been divorced for so long. They have children together, but they've been divorced for so long. I'm not sure which one is related to me by marriage. I don't know. But it don't matter to me.
Because that's your family.
That's family.
I feel you. I'm so glad you guys are so close knit. Everybody doesn't have that story, so that's a blessing.
I mean, yeah, we try. Y'all be out trying to make us like we some gang family.
No, we don't try.
I'm not trying to.
You don't want to.
No.
We're not trying to make anything. I think that's beautiful. Could probably do with less physical interaction. But I do think that the unity of your family is something to be spoken about. That's great.
Some of it is just for fun.
There it is. There it is.
Broken
no. So for some reason, to answer your question, Still Love 21, for some reason, people don't really remarry in my family. They just kind of.
Because they don't want to. When you grown, you don't want to put nobody through all that drama.
It's not drama. It feels sensationalized.
Anybody trying to deal with all this, all this extra.
It sounds sensationalized because we're online, and I'm just telling like some of the most extreme stories. But we're really God-fearing, chill people.
Are these the most
all the stories?
They were.
Are these the most
outlier instances?
No, there are a couple more stories that I think are probably.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, there are some that I probably
would never say on here.
Yeah, it's not something I can make public. Yeah. But so there's like, anyway, no, I can't tell it. So.
Just give us a hint so that we can bring it up at the DC kickback.
Tell us at the cookout. That's what we need you to do.
Yeah, but we want you to be able to.
So when we meet in person, ask me about the night at the hotel in Americus, Georgia. Y'all really about that? Jori, do you see this? Do you see this?
Hotel Georgia?
Americus, Georgia.
There's a hotel in Americus, Georgia. And remind me beforehand because I have a video on an old phone.
Ooh, video. Got it.
That's pretty great.
Put that phone in the suitcase. We ready.
But I do want to say, huh?
I said, what about a LA meetup?
We're gonna have to make that happen. So I think you're in LA, Danielle's in LA.
Danielle hasn't been on here in a long time.
She was on here last week.
That was a different Danielle. Or was it? No, that was her first. That was her first time back in a while.
Hey, Mike H.
Mike, you missed a lot.
Yeah, you just gotta go back and watch. But I do want to say it's really important to evaluate people by who they are and not just
what they've done.
what they've done or what they do. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, a person's heart is much more than just what they say they do. Like, when people like, I found somebody who goes to church, it's like, okay, but everybody in the hospital is not a doctor. Like, you gotta really know a person's heart to make sure that they are who they said they are. And you know what someone told me is one of the best hints I ever got relationship wise is you always marry a person who knows that you're a work in progress and one who can acknowledge that they are as well. Like, a person's best ability is self-evaluation, because no matter how great they are, you gotta ride the hard times too. So, and if not, you just tell them, hey, we'll meet up in 10 years and then we'll do this thing right. Came up here with that love and basketball story. That was incredible.
That was incredible.
Not even if we meet in 10 years, if we ever meet again.
Paramount Pictures.
It's meant to be.
What?
Let me chase you around a vegan barbecue.
Yo, when they make the remix
The
Love
next
and Vegan Food,
Secure episode.
yo, Issa Rae would love your story. She's ready to make a movie about that tonight.
Tonight. That story is amazing. We can all hope. I'm gonna be going to every vegan barbecue DC has. Was that festival in Baltimore?
No,
It was in LA.
Oh, it was
the
because DC
Rose
has
Bowl.
one too. Because
That was in
DC has one too.
It's
That's
in
why I was curious.
Pasadena, California. Hey, Jori, how far are you from Santa Fe Springs?
I don't even know. I live in San Fernando Valley.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
Oh.
You gotta come back to Baltimore.
I know.
Girl, what? Why?
Yo, she ain't been in Baltimore
Everybody
since
over
she was
here.
10.
That's not true.
I'm saying living.
See,
Oh yeah.
don't be lying
living.
on Jury. Don't be lying on Jury.
No, I said living. She lived there since she was 10. She lived since she was 10.
Jori,
So I'm
if
down.
you ever need a lawyer, this sister got your back, okay?
You and Brianda have formed a friendship that I did not see coming. I'm not gonna lie.
Me either. Unsuspecting.
It ain't real. It ain't
It-
real.
It's
Oh,
the
I
first.
didn't even have to explain LOEC to her. She just
It was-
got it like that.
She got it when you explained it last whatever week that was. So what are you talking
She was
about?
already on. She was already on board.
No, I was on board.
She's already on
before the
board.
presentation.
Jori, you guys might
Let
be
me
the
tell
first
you,
time
we like
I have
this.
watched. I've never seen a friendship form in a comment section before. I've literally
Yes, you
never
have.
seen
No.
that.
Me and Motown investor. Remember?
They bonded over
She
pre-diabetic
LOEC.
men. Most investors
Dr.
definitely
Siobhan has-
LOEC.
Dr. Siobhan has bonded with every single person who mentioned men that are husky.
I mean, hey,
She was ready to go to dinner with when she was like ready to love. She was like, "Girl, I might have to get into that." Like,
It's true.
are you serious?
You gotta apply, Dr. Siobhan.
But
You
I
gotta
didn't
apply.
even. I know, but you know what's funny is I didn't even initiate that conversation. Those women brought it up, and I was like, what? "Is someone tapping my phone?"
Can I tell y'all something that is true that I just thought about? Dr. Siobhan, I believe that you operate eerily similar to a person in my family in the sense that if you went on Ready to Love, I think you would be very, very blunt. Are you blunt with prospective people? Because I feel like you are.
I'll let Tasha answer. I think I'm overly diplomatic and tactful, and I'm trying to pull away from that. But I'll let Tasha answer. Tasha knows me, so she can.
I think she's pretty open at first, but then once the flag starts showing, she's like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is and this. What we're not gonna do is this, and so lose my number, and we never have to speak again. Okay? Thank you.
That girl got ice in
Yeah,
her
Dr.
veins.
Siobhan, yes.
She's super nice though. Like getting to know you, okay. But when you start doing crazy stuff, she's like, okay, you know what? I don't have to be here for this. What I'm not gonna do.
What's crazy stuff?
With this,
reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
What's crazy?
Crazy, just red flags.
You know what?
Yeah.
My cousin and I were talking about this the other day. So we were raised very, very strict, like very tight hold. We did not date until college. And even then we didn't know what we were doing. So the relationships I had after college was complete foolery. Like, what are you doing? And so now I'm at a stage, it only took like 2 or 3 times for me to be like, time out. I got to do better, right? I got to demand better. I got to ask better. So that's why my tolerance is real low.
But for what though? So
lying is a big one, because if you lie, you'll cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal, those kind of things. I think gateway sins are a problem, right? Gateway sins. I think it was, I don't know if it was BM or EK. I'm getting the initials mixed up, but somebody mentioned it last time. Somebody was like, women will put up with a lot if you're a good man. And so that was that whole conversation around medium ugly. Like, it was like, women will put up with a lot if you're a good man, if you're just like honest and sincere and trying and willing to work on things. But yeah.
That conversation was a lot for me.
It was a lot for me too.
There was just so much input.
And we all agreed. Just a little ugly. We can deal with a little ugly if you're gonna do right. If you're gonna do right by me.
Have you ever dated a woman that was like a little bit less than what you're normally attracted to?
Hilariously, the tapping stopped just for that. Just like, we need to hear this answer.
Jori, have you?
Maybe.
Have I dated someone that wasn't as attractive?
Yeah, like your normal attractive, just because.
Yeah.
Well, why did you? Was he good to you?
Yeah, no, actually.
Oh,
the
girl.
guys that I've given chances to that weren't that attractive, they treated me worse than the fine ones.
Oh, Lord, no.
See?
You can't let a medium ugly guy get away.
No.
No, they weren't they were just ugly. So just
they think they up here once they're like, oh, I pulled a Jori. Now they think and then they start acting crazy. Kasaun, have you dated someone? Say it again, Jori.
I said, don't go for ugly, go for medium ugly.
Kasaun, have you ever dated somebody who wasn't your normal, like, I'm super attracted to her, or have you ever dated somebody who was just like, she's okay?
No.
Wow. Ever?
No.
I feel like men don't do that as much. Women do. Men don't be doing that.
We do it all the time.
You know what I don't appreciate? Because this comment has stuck with me. When we had this medium ugly, I know a word for it. I can see it pop up on the right side of the screen. The comment said, y'all were talking about medium ugly. And the comment said, yeah, girl, I had to tell this man, you not cute enough to treat me that bad. I said, excuse me? Like, is nobody else hearing this? Ain't nobody's gonna flag this one. And the crazy part is, it was just Tasha and I talking at the time. So I had to keep talking to Tasha and smiling and nodding while I'm evaluating in my head. What meter do women have in their head where they like, he didn't text me back when I wanted to, but he does look good enough not to do. I don't understand. That medium ugly is the most perplexing part of this season since we started this show. I still that is really had an effect on me. I'm not gonna lie.
Like So Love said, it can create problems later when you're mad, when you like not fully attracted. You know what? You don't even be looking this good to be acting this way. You lucky you here. Okay, so don't act up.
But it sounds like you're telling somebody about you're evaluating the job performance of someone who wasn't qualified to have the job.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
You got in, on affirmative.
Brianda, say something. You
She
look like
got her head too.
you're putting your head to your head. Say something, Brianda.
No, I'm not nodding. I'm not nodding.
That
I don't
person got
agree.
in.
However,
That person got in on affirmative action. We let you in.
Affirmative action.
You didn't deserve it.
I don't have that policy, but I'm familiar.
All right, so let me ask you a question. All right, so Jori is actually giving advice to find medium ugly, which now I'm perplexed all over again. Now I'm thrown off. So, question. So all of you have dated someone below your physical standards with the idea that they could treat you right. Is that right?
Sure.
I think
My
Tasha
boyfriend was
mentioned
cute.
it doesn't mean they're not cute. Tasha made this one reference last week where she was saying sometimes you get wrapped up in it. Like you might not have been talking to the person with the interest of being in a relationship, but like they end up being fun, or you have a good time.
The personality wraps you up.
Their personality, and then all of a sudden romance comes swooping in, and you're like, oh, that's what you wanted to do? Because normally it's a no, but
you came in through the back door, the side door. You slid your way in.
Okay.
Equity, diversity, and inclusion.
So, question. Have you all dated someone who exceeded your physical standards and didn't meet? Like, you just look too good for me not to give you a chance.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I don't know.
Wait, say the question again. We dated them.
So you dated someone medium ugly who didn't meet the standard. Have you dated someone who exceeded the standard who was below your standard for anything else on your list?
No.
Yeah, I dated someone
I went on it.
No, Brianda, go ahead.
I went out with someone where he was fine, but it wasn't gonna go nowhere because the conversation was not great.
Exactly my situation. That it was all looks and nothing on the inside.
Jori?
Cute as a button.
No, agreed. Same scenario.
So, wow, this is interesting. I don't know how we lucked up on this sociology class, but this is great.
Yeah, we have to make a lot more concessions as women, but it's not all bad.
Okay, so is looks a top 3 qualification on your list? Uh-oh.
It's not a requirement, but we normally do make more concessions. Make more concessions for men than men do for women.
You think so?
Yes.
What are the concessions?
We make concessions for looks. We make concessions for financial stability. We make concessions for personality sometimes. We make
Mental
health. Oh, mental health. We make a lot more concessions, whereas we make concessions for like potential. Even if somebody's not where they want to be or they think they should be, we're like, oh, we can see they could get there. Men don't date potential. They're like, I want that. This girl is here. This is where you at. This is what I like. This is what women will date potential, hoping that they will get to where we think they're gonna be at.
Men don't date potential.
No.
I wouldn't say absolutes, but I get what you're coming from.
Well,
Tasha.
of course not. Of course not absolutes, but yeah, men are not gonna see a woman and say, "Oh, she's gonna be this later on. I'll stick with her until then." No, they're gonna see a woman that they want at the time and see that she has things that I want right now, and okay, then I'll date her.
I'm fine with that. Can we go back to Dr. Devon mental health concessions, please?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, okay, I do want to point out, I agree with So Loved. Some people become more attractive after you get to know them. But yes, I think you can be in a relationship with somebody, and then as their personality unpacks, you start to learn that they have some trauma that's unresolved and untapped. And maybe they don't even know it. And so now you're in a relationship and you have to make a decision, right? Do I stick it out with this person who should really be in therapy, or do I, leave? It happens more.
I think women tend to stick it out more than men.
It happened twice on the DC episode of Married at First Sight. Both Brandon and Mike should have been in therapy, allegedly. Right? Both of them had some kind of issues. Mike had challenges with accepting who he was as an adopted child and being okay with who he is. That's something you resolve in therapy before you become a union with somebody else. I don't think that was one of the reasons that Mika was ready to leave. I think the lying was like when she was like, I just can't trust him. And so she has to be out. But she was willing to put up with his other mental health issues. The same with Brandon. Brandon, poor baby, should have never been on the show. So introverted. He doesn't even enjoy being put on spotlight. And I think Taylor was willing to still make a concession with his mental health, but there were other issues that she was like, absolutely not. Right?
So as a whole, do you think that guys need to evaluate more for potential and raise up to the level that women at, or do you think women need to be willing to leave for less?
Wait, say that one more time.
I think it's based on how males and females are raised in this society. So I think traditionally women are raised to look for resources, so look for potential, but men are raised to be the providers, and so they're supposed to already have it, so they're looking for the now. And I think it's a lot about how we're raising men and women, or girls and boys.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but also like I don't necessarily like Brown is completely right about that's how we've been raised, but I don't think that is how we should continue. Like Veronica say, no dating for potential. You got to figure out the person at the core, and for who they actually are, as opposed to saying, well, they can get over this, they might do this and that, but like, no, who are they? And then of course, especially if you're in a marriage 20, 30 years, you guys are going to be different people over the years so many times. Like you're going to have to relearn each other over and over and over again. So it's not like, the person I meet is going to be this exact same person the entire time anyway. So you got to look at the person for who they are at the time, and then be willing to change with them as you change over time.
You know, I feel like there's another relationship talk we need to have. But at the 3-hour mark, I'm not gonna raise it up. I am getting low on drugs. I'm gonna take some more.
Thank you so much, Jori, for joining us this time for the first
This was
time.
great.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing your stories. Loved it. And thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you, Brianda and Shivy, for coming in here to argue.
Ain't no argument. We agree. We agree.
Not saying the same thing, but okay.
No. Now that I know that her eyes are closed when her legs are open. Oh,
Are you trying to sell us something or?
No.
Kasaun, I hope you recover well. We're gonna work out this cookout situation. Veronica, keep your eyes open.
So I would like to say, because Asia's in Indiana and Jori's in California and a bunch of other people may not be there. Yes, we need to have some sort of FaceTime element to the cookout where we maybe take some time.
We can do Zoom.
Yes, we should do Zoom.
Or maybe this might be.
Hopefully, I won't be delayed.
I would respond to that, Brianda, but you're delayed.
I think she said hopefully she won't be delayed.
Or I'm just throwing this out. If it's possible, if we can get together on a Thursday and do the live all together.
I love it.
In the same room for the first time.
What about this Thursday coming up next Thursday?
No.
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I have to let you know.
Because next Thursday will be our last episode until the new season.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
You knew that. July is after that. July is after next week. So next week will be our last episode until the new season of Married at First Sight starts.
Everybody wait 5 seconds so Brianna can catch up.
So possibly. Is that Ernest Jr.?
Welcome back. Hey! What up, bro?
Hey, I know his name is not Ernest. So he's probably like, who are you talking about?
Tasha, did you really call this man Ernest Jr.?
Hello.
Hey, what up, man?
Hey.
Love your love story.
Oh, look at Jori like blushing.
That was delightful. That was a great way to end.
Yes. But yeah, next week for people watching will be our last episode until this new season starts on July 22nd. So I think we will start July 20. No, the season starts July 21st. Our first episode will be July 22nd. So we're taking a break in July until then. Yes. So in case I'll text y'all in the production chat to see if next week we can make that happen.
But more importantly, everyone should subscribe, then they'll get a notice when Tasha goes live.
This is true. Thank you for saying that, and like this video.
And wait 5 seconds so Brianna can hear that announcement.
Shady boot. Shady boot.
Yeah.
Love you all. Bye. Oh, wait, Kasaun, say what you got to say. The benediction.
Oh.
May the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent. Sure.
Love Ryan.